and perform better. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Schedule your free testosterone test, exam, and consultation today. Call 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Contractors and heavy equipment operators, get ready. The James G. Murphy Auction Company presents one of the biggest heavy equipment auctions of the summer. On the auction block, we've got 13 excavators, including a 2018 Komatsu PC-238 USLC-11, a 2015 Komatsu PC-138, and a CAT 308 mini excavator. Also up for auction, a 2020 Komatsu WA-270-8 wheel loader, a 2017 John Deere 317G skid steer, 2 backhoes, and 3 rollers. Looking for trucks? Choose from over 100 options, including a 2017 Kenworth T880 with a wet kit and 4 Vector trucks. And if you're in need of contractor's equipment, we've got a massive assortment for you to choose from. Bidding starts 10 a.m. Thursday the 7th and starts closing at 10 a.m. August 14th. And don't miss your chance to preview all items August 12th through the 13th from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. at our Marysville location. For more information, visit murphyauction.com. That's murphyauction.com.
Hey, this is Pete from Home Matters. Tune in this weekend when we'll talk with local business owners about everything in and around your home. Join us on Saturdays from 2 to 3 right here on KIRO Newsradio or listen to the podcast on mynorthwest.com.
Your best source for local news. KIRO News Radio, KIRO FM and HD1, Tacoma, Seattle, Northwest News. This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by O'Reilly Auto Parts.
I'm Steve Kathan. President Trump proclaimed on social media that billions of dollars would flow into the U.S. because of his tariffs. New levies have taken hold today, affecting dozens of countries. CBS News business analyst Jill Schlesinger.
Investors seem to be taking the tariffs in stride, focusing instead on the ability for companies to continue to make money during this period of time, especially those technology companies that are spending on artificial intelligence.
CBS's Kelly O'Grady.
The president saying if companies commit to manufacturing in here, they could avoid that tariff. That's a really important point. It's essentially pay to play.
Russia continues to push for a Putin-Trump meeting, but CBS's Natalie Brand reports specifics and a full White House commitment to it remain elusive.
The Kremlin says that planning is in the works and even said that a location had been set but not yet announced. The White House pushing back against that, saying that no date or location has yet been set.
President Trump's expected to sign an executive order that could make it easier for 401ks and other workplace retirement plans to offer the option of allocating some savings in alternative investments. CBS's Aaron Navarro.
This order calls on the Labor Department to research and issue more guidance to employers on allowing these 401ks to be invested in other avenues, such as private equity, real estate, or cryptocurrency.
The day after the attack at Fort Stewart, Georgia, that left 5 soldiers wounded, the Army hails some heroes in the shooting blamed on Sergeant Cornelius Radford.
All 5 are expected to recover, thanks to the heroics of fellow soldiers like First Sergeant Joshua Arnold.
We rendered aid those individuals, and shortly after EMS arrived and continued their jobs.
Army Secretary Dan Driscoll says other unarmed soldiers tackled and subdued Radford.
The fast action of these soldiers under stress and under trauma and under fire absolutely saved lives.
Michael Wallace, CBS News.
On the Health Watch, Eli Lilly says it has a first-of-its-kind pill to help people with diabetes and weight loss. Medical contributor Dr. Celine Gounder says it could be a breakthrough for patients who use injectable drugs like Wegovy and Zepbound.
In their phase 3 clinical trial, what they called Attain-1, people who took the highest dose of orforglipron, this is the pill form of these medications, they lost an average of 27 pounds over 72 weeks. And that's really on par with what we see with the injectable forms of these drugs.
And checking Wall Street, right now the Dow Jones Industrial Average is down 300 points. The NASDAQ is higher. This is CBS News.
Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
No arrests after a deadly shooting inside a Tacoma emergency room. We'll have that in just a moment. But first, KIRO Newsradio traffic. We are recovering from a very tough morning. The good news is that all the collisions that Sully has been talking about this morning appear to have cleared, and I'm not aware of any new ones, but that could change. So let's talk about Federal Way to Seattle on I-5. That is down to 52 minutes from, over an hour, just a half hour, 45 minutes ago. Renton to Bellevue, coming in on 405 southbound, that's 39 minutes. So getting north is still a challenge. We've got Everett to Seattle at 1 hour. Bothell to Bellevue on 405 southbound, 42 minutes. Bellevue to Renton is 22 minutes, so that's looking pretty good in the southbound direction. Seattle to Tacoma is a breeze right now at 37 minutes. We'll keep you apprised of the traffic situation. This traffic report is brought to you by Lake Washington Windows and Doors. Beat inflation at Lake Washington Windows and Doors for a limited time. Save with 20% inflation discounts and 18-month free financing. Learn more at lakewashingtonwindows.com.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good morning, I'm Jillian Raftery. A man is dead and a woman injured after a shooting inside a Tacoma emergency room. It's another targeted shooting, this time inside the multi-care Allen Moore Hospital. The uncle of the female victim tells KIRO 7 TV her boyfriend, who was killed in the shooting, saved her life.
I know that she's pretty shaken up because her boyfriend, I guess, pushed her out of the way, and so she just watched him get shot pretty bad, So I'm more worried about her mental and emotional state right now more than anything.
It happened just after 7 last night. Tacoma police say the suspect followed the couple into the ER after a fight outside and then opened fire in the hospital. A bullet grazed the 21-year-old woman. This morning, the hospital and emergency department are open for walk-ins, but the waiting room remains closed. No arrests have been made. The city of Seattle is facing a budget shortfall reaching more than $150 million. City Council staffer Tom Mikesell broke it down.
In 27 and 28, the projected deficit is about $176 million.
Seattle's economic forecast team says it's mostly because job growth is slowing down. They also point to higher inflation from tariffs and just a lot of uncertainty about the economy. Washington's Attorney General says 8 landlords will have to repay tenants after violating the state's new rent cap law. According to the AG's office, the law limits rent increases to 10% for most homes or 5% for mobile homes. About 250 households in cities like Bothell, Edmonds, and Lakewoods will get refunds for lower rent. Representative Strom Peterson of Edmonds says this enforcement brings some relief as renters struggle with housing costs. The state now requires landlords to give 90 days notice for any rent increase. This weather update brought to you by KIRO News Radio. We are going to get only to 70 degrees today. It's going to be pretty wet with no hope of a reprieve for a couple of days. It is 60 degrees in downtown Seattle. I'm Jillian Raftery for KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with the KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
This is the Gee and Ursula Show with G. Scott and Ursula Reutin.
It is the Gee and Ursula Show. Happy Thursday, August 7th. It is Ursula's birthday week, but Ursula,
yes,
I have a feeling that today is going to be one of your favorite shows.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah. You want to know why?
Why?
I'm tired.
I know you are. You're going to have to tell us about this big event. You were all dressed up. You were all looking spiffy last night at the Paramount Theater.
Thank you.
Look amazing. So, yeah. And last night I was dancing to Kalimba at U Village. So I'm tired too.
Man.
You know what happens when we're tired? We say things that we don't mean to say. So, yeah, it is going to be one of those shows. But as always, we invite you to join us. Our text line is 888-973-5476, 888-973 KIRO.
Let's go. Ursula's top stories of the day brought to you by Bath Bitter Northwest.
Former Seattle Police Chief Adrian Diaz is costing taxpayers a lot of money. The city now paying out nearly $3 million to settle yet another discrimination lawsuit tied to his leadership, this time brought by Deanna Nolette. She's a longtime high-ranking officer who says Diaz retaliated against her and other women in the department. So, again, she's a 30-year veteran. She served as assistant chief for 5 years, and she alleged that she was demoted and reassigned after she raised concerns about gender discrimination. She also says Diaz excluded women from command staff events and gave the male officers better access to travel and training and promotions. And her case, G, is one of several lawsuits that are connected to Diaz's disastrous tenure. 4 female officers, 2 black officers, a lieutenant, a detective, another assistant chief who were demoted after applying for the top job. Well, they've all filed complaints. And you might recall that on Seattle Red 770 AM earlier this year, Diaz denied all the allegations, and he also surprised everybody by revealing something very personal.
It's a story that it's struggled with over the last 4 years, that I'm a gay Latino man. And not, it doesn't bother me. It's more of my concern for my kids, because they're going to have to deal with a lot of the struggles that I might not have to deal with. I have a lot of support. I have a lot of connections and a lot of different work that I've done in every community. But I've not been able to just come out, and that has been a struggle.
And as we have reported, Diaz himself is suing the city now for $10 million, claiming that he was wrongfully terminated after investigators found that he likely lied about his relationship with former TV anchor Jamie Tompkins, who he brought on as his chief of staff. And, oh, by the way, she's also demanding $3 million from the city.
Well, I just wanted to say this, and after we have lengthy conversations sometimes, I just like to pause and say, and these are magic beans. These are the taxpayers that's supposed to pay all of this stuff.
Yeah, should we be settling these lawsuits, or should they play out in court?
Well, I think the reason why they keep settling, because, it feels and seems like it's easier, number one. And number two, there's no pushback from the community. I think we're all so used to it. Like, nobody sends us and gets upset. There's not protest about continuing to use our tax dollars for this. There's no protest about law enforcement continuing to have qualified immunity. Like, nobody seems upset. It feels like people are more upset when people get help for food than they do when these lawsuits get paid out. So until we really start to, I guess, be mad about it, this will continue to happen.
So I'm gonna be someone in the community who pushes back. I think that the city needs to fight former Chief Diaz on this $10 million claim. Look at how much he has cost the city already with what has happened during his tenure, these allegations, and force him to prove these things that he is talking about. And I say same with Jamie Tompkins, because I'm sorry, when you have poor leadership, and maybe people are pushing back given what happened with the primary. Maybe this is one of the mayor Bruce Harrell's failures, was to not nip this in the bud sooner and to keep Diaz on as the police chief.
In your 37 years of doing this, would you say today that you and we report more on people suing in lawsuits than ever before?
I know
that's the game.
Well, and they say, well, it would just be more costly for taxpayers if you actually take it to court. But when you see someone settle, do you think that means, okay, well, they're not admitting any wrongdoing, but they're just doing this or do you think, no, they're admitting wrongdoing? Because I look at it and say, well, the city sees that they're probably going to lose, so they're going to pay it out.
Yeah, I think they admit wrongdoing. That's how I look at it. I don't look at it like they're just trying to. I look at it like, oh man,
not trying to be financially prudent.
Right. Like when Fox News settled for $787 million to
CBS.
To Dominion. CBS.
All of them. Yeah, it's crazy. I know. Okay, text line 888-973-5476, 888-973 KIRO. Gee, if you're tired, wait till this next story. Because you know that disturbing incident at the Trader Joe's in Seattle's Capitol Hill? You talked about it yesterday on Seattle Morning News. It is now raising serious questions about public safety and the failures of our mental health system. So in case you haven't heard it, police are saying that this 33-year-old guy, Keelan Malone, registered sex offender, long criminal history. He was arrested earlier this week after allegedly exposing himself, yelling racial slurs, throwing around a knife, and then threatening to kill customers and staff. And police say when security caught him, it started because they caught him grinding against a refrigerator and behaving crazy. Mm-hmm. And witnesses say he knocked over a flower display, he started throwing apples, and then he pulled a knife while yelling these threats, and eventually was arrested. But now we're finding out that despite the threats and his violent criminal history, Seattle police referred the case to the city attorney's office. You know, they only handle misdemeanors instead of the King County prosecutor. So I think they're saying that basically they can only prove a misdemeanor crime in this latest situation. Mm-hmm. But his past includes convictions for attempted rape, for burglary. In 2020, he was sentenced. He broke into a woman's house, climbed into bed with her, and assaulted her while her baby was in the room.
When did that happen?
2020.
So 5 years ago, he broke into a home, climbed in bed with a woman, and you said he assaulted did he assault them?
Assaulted her while her baby was in the room. Yes, that's what according to the police.
And he's back out.
Yeah, well, and then in 2021, while he was still on probation, he was arrested again.
Wait, time out. You just said it was in 2020.
Yeah.
How in 2021 did he do something?
And I'm going to tell you, and this is what's raising the questions. So he was arrested for allegedly breaking into a senior living home. But that case was thrown out after the state couldn't provide court-ordered mental health treatment within the required time frame. And that, again, you talk about wasting taxpayers' money in addition to public safety and the public being at risk because of things like this. This is a breakdown that is at the heart of an ongoing lawsuit against DSHS. And it is a complete system failure. And as of right now, I believe he's still in custody at the King County Jail. But this whole thing goes back to 2015. The state has to provide competency evaluations within 2 weeks and also offer therapy or psychiatric care, and is something that DSHS can't do. And because of that, courts have slapped the state with lawsuits, like in the hundreds of millions of dollars.
Wow. I talked about this topic yesterday, and I didn't go that deep into this. And one of the reasons why, and if you guys look it up, I got on Seattle's Morning News and talked about it. And I saw it on the Seattle Police Department's blotter, the police blotter, and he was humping fridges.
Yeah, and that headline catches the attention.
So, it caught my attention. You know what I mean? And so I just got on there. I'm like, oh, so if he's a sex offender, he's going to have to stay 500 feet away from fridges forever. I said that. But I didn't know it was this serious. So, Ursula, I want to go back to that 2020. 2020, he breaks into someone's house. He climbs in a woman's bed. The baby's in the other room. And he also assaults the woman. And then you're telling me
he's
in
out
2021 again. He's out again?
Yeah, on probation. And then committing another serious crime.
So the problem is that the state didn't provide enough mental health.
Yes.
Help.
And so basically these people, and there's other stories. Look up the name of Alexander J. That's the guy who I want to say severely beat a woman at a light rail station.
Can I? But
same kind of deal, though. I mean, again, because he was not given adequate mental health treatment, he was out.
Can I tell you? I'll tell you why there is not enough mental health out here. And the reason why is all of us have the ability to suffer from mental health issues. You, me, everybody listening, we all have bouts or times where things just aren't going right or feeling right. However, most of us don't go and break into homes and climb into bed with a stranger. Most people don't climb into a bed and assault people, no matter how rough things are feeling for you. So I'm getting real tired, seriously, of, well, he's been out, but he didn't get the mental health, or she didn't get the mental health. Like, okay, I get it, but quit doing these dumb crimes.
Well, but it's required by state law. The state knows this. The state still has failed, basically, and DSH has failed to comply with these orders, and it's costing us literally hundreds of millions of dollars.
That person should have never got out of jail in the first place.
Yes, but you can't. I mean, but do you see where the system is broken?
Uh-huh.
They're getting out because the state cannot provide what is due to them. So, I mean, unfortunately, under law.
So I'm seriously getting confused. In 2020, this person got out because they couldn't supply mental health?
Yes. So they're out. Yes. So this is happening over and over again. The state has now put in like $2 billion into expanding capacity, including new hospital beds. We talked about that new mental health facility in Tequila. They've tried other things, but judges and county leaders say this is not enough. I mean, you're talking about 22 different counties, and they have filed a lawsuit in Pierce County Superior Court accusing DSHS of selectively refusing to admit patients for court-ordered evaluation. Again, this is a constant struggle, and it's why you know how often we say, like, how did that person get out? This is one of the big issues.
Yeah, but
and it's a complete failure.
Well,
and it is a complete failure when we're talking about leadership. I would say that is one of the failures of former Governor Jay Inslee. I mean, it's a failure of our system.
Yeah, I think the failure right now is that unfortunately, I get it. I know that we want to rehabilitate people when they have done wrong and they are in prison or in jail before prison, serving their consequences and things. But we are like, look, man, we don't have the resources for everyone to get the 100% help.
Yes.
Right? We don't even have the resources for people who don't commit crimes that are asking for help and they can't afford it or get it. And think about that for a second. We are living in a society today that, hey, if you need help, you first have to go do something drastic and dumb and bad, and then you'll get all the help you want.
No, you're right. I mean, it is, again, we're talking about a broken system, and this is a federal order that goes back to 2015. And meanwhile, we're talking about hundreds of millions of dollars and people who are out on the streets who shouldn't be out on the streets. And that guy, even though he was a headline and a lot of people were making jokes about what was happening at that Trader Joe's, it is very serious.
Can I read a text from a mental health worker?
Yes.
Being a mental health worker for over 40 years, I don't think that there's any effective mental health treatment for this kind of deviancy. This guy needs to be off the streets.
Thank you.
We don't have the mental hospitals like we used to. That's what I'm trying to say. Right? When you do something wrong, oh, it might have been mental health. You didn't go to work. Oh, mental health. You jump in bed and assault a woman. Oh, it's mental health. We are slapping mental health on everything. And I'm not trying to be a jerk. Because as you all know, I've admitted my issues.
Yeah, but this guy it's not just mental health. He's got a long criminal history. He should not be out. The person who just texted and said, they're right. This is beyond trying to help that person. This is someone who needs to be locked up.
That's what I've been trying to say this whole time. But damn with all this mental health help. Lock that.
I know. The problem is you've got a federal order, and this literally because we cannot meet the needs of this or the demands of this federal court order. It's costing hundreds of millions of dollars. Okay, we only have a minute, and I need you to. We're going to lighten it up.
Okay.
We need to talk because there's a lot going on.
Oh, the Seahawks?
The Seahawks, Lady Gaga, but the Seahawks. Let's talk about that because there's a big game.
Are you going to see Lady Gaga?
I wish. No.
How much some tickets?
Well, I heard you can get some for like $250. So I think it's probably not great seats, but I heard this morning that there were some available.
Okay, well, I will be, your boy will be over there emceeing. I'll be the MC for the Seahawks game today. I need to drink about 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 cups of coffee.
Yeah, you do, because right now I see your eyes are like half masked.
Oh, my gosh. You saw me in the chair earlier?
Yeah, I did.
Falling asleep? Okay, so here's what you need to know. First, Pete Carroll is coming back. Make sure you show my man love. He did a whole lot for the city. Ursula, 14 seasons, 11 winning seasons, 10 playoff appearances.
What kind of welcome is he going to get?
Oh, yeah,
I love him.
He going to get that love. He gonna get that love. He gonna get the same love like the first husband that was married for 30 years and they come and do the graduation party and he's still allowed to come in the house with the in-laws.
And he's bringing along someone else who's familiar.
Oh, who Gino? Yeah.
Yeah, what kind of response is he gonna get?
Well, Gino didn't want to be here no more.
Oh.
So I don't know if Gino
is gonna get the same kind of love as Pete.
At least not from me. Anyway. So 3 players, Ursula, 3 players that will become household names. Remember, I told you guys about Jackson Smith and Jigba in the very beginning. So I'm giving you 3 names. Here we go. Number 18, Elijah Arroyo, tight end.
Okay.
Fantastic. Great player. Number 15, Torrey Horton. And number 3, Nick Imanwori. Those 3 names, book it. Like Ursula's party tomorrow. Matter of fact, I need to be ready for Ursula's party tomorrow.
I'm worried
I need to
about
really
you.
have that juice.
I know.
All right.
You need coffee.
Sophia's here today. Nick, what kind of advice you got for me today, man? I'm tired as hell.
You better get the coffee in there, man. I think that's the best thing you can do for
I'm
yourself.
not going to lie to you. To be honest with you guys, that topic about Buddy kind of woke me up a little bit. Hey, coming up next at 9:47, we will play the game, Would You Rather? And up next, Ursula wants to talk about this. What kids are telling us about how to get them off their phones? Gee Ursula.
The Jake and Spike Show.
Weekdays, noon to 3.
Seattle is the nation's most male-skewed major city. There's more men in Seattle. They say in the article here, they said the most masculine city, but I absolutely disagree with that.
You've seen the men in this town.
Exactly.
Please. It's
like-
not like it's 80-20.
No,
I mean,
that's
when
true.
that's when it's hard to meet a lady.
That's true.
When there's 4 guys for every girl. That's when it's here come the bride's time.
The Jake and Spike Show.
Weekdays, noon to 3.
On KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM.
Hartley and Brent Wilcox talking about Wilcox Family Farms.
Dad, I've really enjoyed all the community events we've been doing. One question I get asked a lot is, how long has our family had the farm? When I tell them since 1909, they're surprised. Why do you think that is?
I imagine it's because that's a long time, and many farms have been bought by big corporations that put profits first.
Growing up on the farm, I feel like we put people and the well-being of our hens first.
We do, and as you know, free-range and mobile pasture hens have organic soil to forage and do what they naturally would do. This takes more time and money, but it's the right thing to do. It's better for the hens and makes for great tasting eggs.
I agree. Here is Mike to tell you where you can find locally fresh Wilcox Family Farms eggs.
For fresh, local, pasture-raised, omega-3, hard-boiled, and other fresh eggs, choose Wilcox Family Farms. Look for Wilcox eggs at Town & Country Markets, Fred Meyer, and Amazon Fresh. Wilcox Family Farms.
Every jersey tells a story.
So many people dressed in Seahawk blue.
From unforgettable touchdowns.
Touchdown, Seahawks! Jackson Smith and Jigba, Johnny on the spot.
To game-changing hits.
He gets hit again. Leonard Williams drags him down.
To memorable catches.
Short drop back to pass in the end zone. The largest touchdown Seahawks!
History lives in every thread. Shop official Seahawks jerseys in-store at Lumen Field, The Landing in Renton, or online at Seahawks.com/ProShop.
Let's go!
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues? Who are you? Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Hey, it's John Curley with Dr. Kopstein from K2 Vision RLE. Doc, I heard that 50% of Americans have their lenses replaced by the time they're 75.
That's exactly right, John. As we near 50, our eye's natural lens starts to become dysfunctional. If you've now added readers to your need for glasses and contacts, it's a sign the quality and function of your natural lens is fading, and it's a steady decline towards cataracts.
Don't go another 20 plus years with poor vision, hassling with contacts and readers. Do what I did. Choose a quick, painless refractive lens exchange from K2 Vision RLE and start enjoying great vision now.
Our new lens technology is truly amazing. After replacing over 100,000 lenses, we have the experience to guide each patient to their best solution, even if that's recommending you wait a little while before RLE.
K2 Vision RLE can restore distance and near vision permanently, plus never develop a cataract. Read the reviews and schedule a free Zoom consultation now at k2visionrle.com.
Next week at Dimitro's Jazz Alley, Jazz Royalty takes the stage. Dave Koz and friends Summer Horns play 4 unforgettable shows, August 12th and 13th. Get your tickets now at jazzalley.com.
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Lowe's knows when you're looking for reliability, the right brand makes all the difference. And now, Lowe's is the exclusive home improvement retailer for the Whirlpool water treatment line, including their Wi-Fi softener, under-sink filtration system, and more. With Whirlpool's proven performance and our everyday low prices, better tasting, better quality water is within reach. Shop pro-trusted brands like Whirlpool and more, in-store or online. Lowe's, we help, you save.
Windows are our home's top target for break-ins. At Lake Washington Windows and Doors, we offer added security with our exclusive 3-layer security glass protection. Combined with our lifetime warranty, you'll have lifetime peace of mind. Choose Lake Washington Windows and Doors, a name you can trust.
Beat rising costs at Lake Washington Windows and Doors. For a limited time, get a 20% inflation discount and enjoy easy 18-month free financing with 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest. Details at lakewashingtonwindows.com.
KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO Newsradio and mynorthwest.com.
Good morning, I'm Jillian Raftery. Today, the Army is honoring 6 service members for subduing another soldier who brought a gun onto base and shot 5 people.
Once the shooter was identified and a threat was identified, we had soldiers that immediately raced and tackled that soldier, wrestled the gun away, subdued him. A second non-commissioned officer jumped on top to further restrain him until the police could arrive.
First Sergeant Joshua Taylor is one of those credited for helping the wounded.
Just conduct training. It's our training that kicked in, mine kicked in, and you just go to work.
Incredibly, all the victims are expected to survive, and 3 have already been released from the hospital. The suspect is in custody. The Israeli government is considering a full takeover of Gaza. CBS's Deborah Pata spoke with U.S. Ambassador Mike Huckabee about the war and the growing humanitarian crisis.
President Trump has said there's real starvation in Gaza, and he appeared deeply troubled by images of starving children. Have you been similarly moved?
I'm moved when the photos are verified.
But they are real images.
Oh, I think that there are certainly people suffering in Gaza. It's happening because Hamas has not allowed the food to get to the people who are hungry.
We spoke to the World Food Program, and they have not been shown any evidence of this at all.
I'm shocked they would say that.
Seattle police say new crime cameras are working. A 25-year-old was seriously injured just before 1 a.m. yesterday on 3rd Avenue. The brutal assault was caught on camera on 3rd Avenue downtown by the department's real-time crime center. Officers say they tracked that suspect using live surveillance and booked him for assault and obstruction. Voters in Pierce County will approve more money for the Key Peninsula Fire Department. KIRO 7 TV's Madeline Audley talked to that department.
The request would bring in more than $900,000 extra a year, add 4 new hires, and raise minimum staffing levels.
It means that we can maintain the service level we have and actually improve it.
It would reset the EMS property tax levy rate to 50 cents per $1,000 in assessed value. Though voters approved that in 2019, the chief says property tax laws have meant that rate's gone down ever since. For homeowners in the district, it means a home valued at $500,000 would pay $250 a year.
From KIRO Newsradio Traffic Center, we're looking at a new issue that has come and gone on westbound I-98 Rainier Avenue. There was a disabled vehicle. It has since cleared, but there is still a backup about halfway across the floating bridge, and that's made a little bit worse by the backup on I-5 northbound, which is still kind of a tough drive. It dissipates after you leave downtown Seattle, but the slowing is all the way back down almost to all the way past Rainier Beach. We've got some spillover slowing on the West Seattle Bridge, 99, 509. It's been a tough morning getting northbound. Federal Way to Seattle is 53 minutes. Renton to Bellevue on 405, 42 minutes. Bothell to Bellevue in the southbound direction, still 42 minutes. Bellevue to Renton, though, 23 minutes. Seattle to Tacoma is 37 minutes. This report brought to you by KIRO News Radio. Weather brought to you by State Roofing and Exteriors. Soggy and a high of 70, but allegedly drying out this afternoon. Partly cloudy and a high of 73 tomorrow. It is 60 degrees in downtown Seattle. I'm Jillian Raftery for KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
This is the Gee and Ursula Show. It is a rainy Thursday morning, and I saw you. I know you love it. You feel like it's about fall.
No, it's fall. It's official.
It's not.
Don't
be saying
listen,
that.
It's official like a whistle. You notice it's a fall day. We got football. Yeah. Come on now.
Preseason game. It's still August, and we're going to hit the 80s. Again.
Folks is cuddling again. You know, some folks ain't cuddled all summer.
A little end quickly because it's going to be 80 this weekend. Okay. So, we always complain about how much kids these days spend on their iPhones and their iPads. And
adults, too.
Adults,
I'm going to do an Ursula because when I bring up Fox News, Ursula wanted to know, but CBS, too. So, anyway, adults, too.
Oh, you noticed. Hey, I tried to keep it a little balanced here. Okay. So, yes, adults, too. And maybe perhaps we are the ones to blame for this, right? Because we have all sorts of ideas. Yesterday, I didn't get to it, but there was another story about screen time and how screen time for your kids and how much it has a negative impacts on their health and et cetera, et cetera. And we have all these ideas as to what we should do. But have we ever thought of asking the kids about what we should do to reduce their screen time?
We are to blame. How many of y'all threw the damn iPad in front of your baby's face? Right now, some of you have a family member with a 2 and 3 year old that knows how to work an iPad better than Congress. Am I lying?
Okay, that's funny.
Text it right now. You know you got a 3-year-old that knows how. Ooh, look at my baby knows how to work the iPad.
Okay, that was a good one.
Have you seen the pictures of parents having their toddlers take pictures of them? Yes. They're like, okay, now get the angles. And, the toddlers can nail it.
That's almost sad, though. Okay, I was just about to laugh because how many times have I said, I need to rent a millennial who can help me?
You do it all the time.
Yeah. Okay, but it's not because of some magical algorithm, though. So this is a new article in The Atlantic, and they actually went to the kids to ask them why they choose to go online. And so this new Harris poll of kids between the ages of 8 to 12 found that while 75% of kids regularly play the online game, is it Roblox, fewer than half of the 8 and 9-year-olds have actually gone down a grocery store aisle. More than a quarter aren't even allowed to walk down the block or play in their own front yard. And so this is why I said, are we to blame?
Yes.
Are we the helicopter parent generation to blame? Because not only did we want to keep our kids busy so we could do whatever and hand them these pacifiers known as iPads, but we don't allow them to do what we used to be able to do as kids.
Because we didn't have iPads. What are we talking about?
We had TV. I mean, a few channels. We had TV.
So some of us didn't even have TVs. And if you didn't have TVs, what'd you do? You read books.
Okay, so when they were asked what they actually want, the number one answer was not more screen time.
What was it?
It was more freedom. So they want to play outside, but they want it with no coaches, no parents, no structure. Allow us to be kids.
And that's what we used to have. But today's parents realize that was negligence that we went through. It was negligent to see your baby at 9 a.m. and tell them, okay, see you when the street lights come on. You can't do that today.
I know. It's so true. And having no idea where. Can you imagine having no idea where your kids were? Like, I would have overnights. I don't even know that my parents knew where I was.
Come on now. And the things
no,
that
overnights with girlfriends, by the way. No.
By the way, the things that happen at overnights. Games like, hey, what are you guys doing over there? Oh, we're just playing house. Oh, okay.
Or we're playing doctor.
Or playing doctor.
Don't look here.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I'm laughing, but not really laughing.
Scary.
So are we over-coddling our kids? I would love to hear from you, because listening right now, 888-973-5476, 888-973 KIRO. Also weigh in on YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube, they're being nice today. I wonder what's wrong.
Really? Don't encourage them to not be nice, because I keep hearing it's a tough crowd. Okay, here we go. Okay, anyway, so yeah, do you think we are to blame? And is there... Maybe we do need to just let them be unsupervised. And by the way, why does every sport that they do have to now go with the goal of being on some super elite team? Can they just play a sport and just play it for fun?
I don't know. When you guys start getting on social media and posting a picture of your little child's third grade game and you're posting the picture of the scoreboard, right? You guys are posting the scoreboard. And then all of a sudden, this wanting to win. It wasn't like that when I was growing up playing sports.
Did you ever do that? Because, I mean, your kids are, your son in particular, who's now playing in the NFL, did you ever do that? Because I'm guilty. I am guilty that I have probably...
The only reason why I did it is because I was a little bit more mature by the time social media became a big deal. But if I would have had social media in my 20s, are you kidding me? I was an arrogant prick. Oh, am I not allowed to say that? Oops.
Gee.
Oh boy. Am I allowed? Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Thanks, Nick.
Okay. Anyway. Okay, wait, what were you saying?
Anyways, we were just talking about the fact that social media wasn't around when I was like really that much of a jerk that I would have been posting pictures that way. You know what I mean?
Huh. Okay, well, text us because, I mean, so in essence, and Sophia helped me out here because, so this Atlantic article is saying, yeah, we are to blame, and how about we just let kids be kids like we were? And I'm curious. I'm waiting for the grandkids eventually, and no pressure intended. But I know that I felt like I always had to make sure that my kids had some activity. And I think that was a mistake.
Well,
they turned out well, by the way. But I'm just saying that, yeah, the things that we used to be able to do.
I think unfortunately, we keep saying we want things to be like it was when we were younger. And I think Pandora's box can never be closed because the technology and what we have, I mean, even us as adults, we aren't even the same as we were when we were younger, right? We are, instead of calling family, we're texting family. Instead of maybe calling family or texting family, we just see them on Facebook and we think, oh, I know how they're doing. Either way, it's tough times.
Sean in Arlington says, I had read the entire Wizard of Oz series before second grade. And now, and Sean says, even reading all the time was sniffed at as lazy as a kid. There was never a win, so do what works for you.
There you go.
But I love the idea of asking the kids themselves, what would take you away from your iPad? Maybe don't make that the first solution when your kid says, I'm bored.
Good stuff, Ursula. All right, I'm going to get another cup of coffee. Coming up next here on the Gee and Ursula Show, it's time for Would You Rather? Gee and Ursula.
KIRO News Radio, the Northwest's trusted news source.
Get the latest from KIRO News Radio's James Lynch.
It happened Wednesday morning just after 6 o'clock.
Experienced voices you trust.
Several people hurt after a violent Saturday in Pierce County.
Coverage you depend on.
More from KIRO News Radio's Matt Markovich.
It's as close to a veto warning as you could possibly get.
KIRO News Radio. We're on YouTube, our app, your smart speaker, and 97.3 FM.
Americans may not agree on much, but we agree on Social Security. We all pay in. It ought to be there when we need it. Social Security could face a funding gap in less than a decade, and I don't want to see a pay cut. I'm with AARP in the fight to protect the Social Security we earned.
Pledge to protect Social Security at aarp.org/weearnedit. That's aarp.org/weearnedit. Paid for by AARP.
I'm Matt Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Your car steering wheel could be a ticking time bomb. At least 24 people have died and many more injured because their airbags fired shrapnel at them upon inflating. Tens of millions of cars have been recalled. If you suffered cuts that required stitches, hearing or vision loss, or broken bones, please contact us today. You could be owed money for medical bills and other damages.
Morgan & Morgan. Visit us at badairbags.com for an office near you. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome.
Change is always happening. It's part of life. And when it comes to music, change is all around us. Songs are rewritten. Classics are remixed. Bands and artists come and go. Even our taste in music changes. Here at Xfinity, we know there's still good in keeping some things the same. That's why we want to do our part with a 5-year price guarantee on our internet. It means no matter what changes, you get 5 years of the most reliable Wi-Fi with our best equipment included for a price that stays exactly the same. Surprised? Life is full of them. One internet price, 5 years, guaranteed. Learn more at xfinity.com/deals. Restrictions apply. New residential customers only. Taxes and fees extra and subject to change. Most reliable Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA. Fixed Broadband Experience Report, August 2024.
I just saw 2 houses for sale. Same neighborhood, almost identical, but one had an Orchard sign and it sold for way more. So I asked my friends at Orchard, why? The first house used a traditional agent. After weeks of price drops and frustration, they settled for less than they'd hoped for. The second homeowner chose Orchard and got more. Their local Orchard agent didn't just list a home, they marketed it. They knew exactly which upgrades would attract serious buyers and brought in a pro to handle everything. And even more, with Orchard's Move First, Sell Later program, the homeowner moved into their new home before their old one even hit the market. They skipped all the hassles and showings. Never settle for less. Get more with Orchard, the smarter, faster, hassle-free way to buy your new home, even before your old home sells. Start with Orchard's free home valuation at Orchard.com. That's Orchard.com. Orchard.com.
Hey, Spike O'Neill here with Dr. Matthew Sharp, owner of Sharp Vision Modern LASIK and Lens. Dr. Sharp, I keep getting questions from our listeners. When's the right time to have this procedure? My eyes are changing. Should I wait until they're done changing?
Well, I always tell patients, do it now. Don't wait. Whatever age you are, and that's part of the mission of Sharp Vision, is that whatever age you are, whatever prescription you have, we try to find a procedure that works for you. When you're young, LASIK and PRK are great procedures. As we get older, the refractive lens exchange becomes more appealing because that can fix whatever glasses prescription, whether you're farsighted, nearsighted, or have astigmatism, and it fixes it permanently so you don't develop cataracts, and it allows you to see near without glasses.
Do what I did. Schedule a consultation to learn everything you need to know from the best Sharp Vision Modern LASIK and Lens. 425-451-2020 or go online to sharp-vision.com. That's sharp with an E-vision.com.
Planning a road trip?
Plan a visit to your neighborhood Bucky's Complete Auto Repair for oil changes, brakes, AC repair, and factory maintenance. No appointment needed, and yes, friendly financing is available. Visit buckys.com.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
There was a shooting down in Tacoma yesterday evening, and Luke Ducey is going to come in to fill us in and talk about that. But right now, we're going to do Would You Rather. It's the game that's sweeping the nation. And by the way, I got some doozies. Ursula, I'm warning you right now. You cannot both sides these questions, okay?
Okay.
Here we go. Would you rather spend the night in a luxury hotel room alone or in a tent with your closest friends?
Oh my gosh. I'll take the luxury hotel room by myself. That's what I didn't even waver 1 second.
All right.
I love my friends, but it's not going to happen in a tent. No.
You know,
you already know where I'm at. I already know you.
Sophia?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm like, what are we doing? Are we just like, do we need a place to crash for the night? Because I'll stay in the luxury hotel. I don't need to be camping outside.
All right.
Okay, well, let's just talk about that, though. Mm-hmm. I find nothing wrong with taking a little staycation by yourself.
Nothing wrong.
And if you were able to do that in a luxury hotel, are you kidding me? I would do that in a heartbeat.
Can I just tell you guys? Whenever I check into a hotel room, I still feel like a kid. The only difference that I don't do today, what I used to do yesterday as a kid, is go to the swimming pool. Like hotels and swimming, my greatest times of my life have been hotel swimming pools.
Yes.
The greatest times of my life.
Okay, just because we're talking about it, is there a hotel that you say, this was the best hotel I've ever stayed at in my entire life, and why?
I think that's subjective. I mean,
I've got one clear.
I've stayed at some fancy ones.
Yes.
You know what I mean? But it doesn't mean it was the best. So I don't know. I've stayed at a lot. What do you got?
Yeah, you stay at hotels a lot. Yeah. The one that I stayed at was in Manila in the Philippines.
Uh-huh.
And after my mom passed, I told myself, okay, I have after I clean everything out, and it was just like the worst 6-7 weeks of my life.
Yeah.
I was like, the last day I'm in the Philippines, I'm going to treat myself. And your U.S. dollar goes a long way still in the Philippines.
You stay at something nice.
Oh, my word. I forgot my problems for one night.
Rebecca in Snohomish says, Post Hotel,
she's not
Leavenworth.
Lying. She's not lying. That's another one.
Okay, here we go. Would you rather be in jail for 1 year or lose a year off your life?
I'll lose a year of my life.
Same.
Oh, my word.
Same.
No,
Same.
Because if I stayed in jail for a year, I'm losing 10 years of my life.
Listen, if any of my friends are listening, listen, I'm the friend that will snitch, okay? I'm snitching. I'm not spending a day in jail. Sophia?
Yeah, I mean, I would sleep too. Because what is this, like an instant hibernation? Like, do I just wake up and it's a new year? That sounds great too. Like, come on now. It's like Give me a year of sleep.
Nick, lose a year in jail or a year off your life?
Easily take a year off my life, because if you're in jail, it could affect the years after that, or even take more years off after that.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Exactly.
Okay. This last one. Okay, what do you got, Ursula? You guys.
No. I love that people are texting in their favorite hotels, so these are giving me ideas.
Okay.
Keep them coming.
Okay. This last one. This one is what you're going to tell and ask your family and everybody tonight. Here we go.
Oh, no.
Would you rather have everyone that you know be able to read your thoughts, or for everyone that you know to have access to your internet history?
Read my thoughts. No, I'm just kidding. No, actually, no, I'll have my internet history.
Internet history?
Internet history. It's pretty clean. How about
Sophia,
you? Okay.
would you have everybody read your thoughts, or everybody you know read your internet history?
Internet history, 100%. I don't want anyone in my mind.
Yeah.
I don't think people want to know what I'm thinking half the time.
Hey, take my internet history.
Yeah, for
real. Take my internet. Get out of my mind. Nick, what do you got?
Yeah, I'm doing internet history all day. I'm not the only one out there who does similar things than others, all right? So there's no shame over here.
We're not saying that you're not going to find something interesting in that internet history.
I find community.
But the thing is I can honestly say my internet history, if you see those things, there's justification behind you won't see something like, wow, did you try to find or how to bury somebody? No, I did not.
Dave in Snohomish County says, yeah, definitely internet history. I can explain those bad choices.
Yeah. You can't explain every thought you have, man.
But wait a minute.
We all have our online vices, all right?
I just want you guys to...
Wait. Don't go too deep.
Yours is shopping, I know that.
Wait, I really thought that was going to be a hard one.
No.
Now that I think about it, that was very easy. Everybody's like, nah, bruh, take the internet history.
The only one who said, I think Allie in Tacoma said, what was it? Something about the mind. This mind is what's dark.
Yeah, forget the dark web, man.
Yeah, buddy. Now, wait, hold on. Before we go, would you want the ability to read other people's minds?
Yes.
No. Heck no.
Yes. And I would say with some folks, I feel like I can. And sometimes you're one of them.
Okay.
Would you not agree? You and I will look at each other. You know.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I just want to say, I don't want to read people's minds. That would be a very lonely life.
It would be.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you'd
be disappointed a lot.
You'd be disappointed a lot.
Yeah.
Like, I can't believe, wait, you want to go do that after work? Oh, that's weird.
No, or more like, oh, is that what you really think of me?
You're like, oh, I thought we were friends. Okay.
Oh, man. Frank from Everett says, man, G, you're a snitch? I'm telling them you were the dang mastermind. Oh, yeah, that's good. That's good. All right. So Luke Ducey's going to come in, and there was a shooting that happened around 7 o'clock yesterday in Tacoma near a hospital. He'll come and fill us in on all of those things. But then I have a question for Ursula. It's a question that I've asked her a few times since we've been doing the show for 5.5 years. And here it is. Is our society, are we going backwards or moving forward? We'll talk about that next. Gee Ursula.
Swing and a miss. Strike three. Then a strikeout number 7 for Brian Wu.
Home. Home is where you get to cook things up just the way you like.
Swing and a miss.
Where you're never afraid to get in the kitchen.
He got him. A huge strikeout from Logan Gilbert. It's 7th tonight.
Where you serve, carve, put some extra mustard on it.
There's the fist pump by Luis Castillo. Strikeout number 10 on the night.
And get a little spicy.
Set a heater at 100. Back-to-back strikeouts for Andres Munoz.
Now you're cooking with gas. Mariners baseball at T-Mobile Park. Welcome home.
Don't miss 2 epic giveaways during Ichiro Hall of Fame weekend. The fun starts tomorrow with Ichiro Jersey Night at 6:40. The first 20,000 fans will score a 2004 jersey thanks to Sato. Then it's Replica Plaque Day Sunday at 1:10 when the first 20,000 fans head home with a Hall of Fame collectible. Tickets at mariners.com.
Man, look at that Return of the Old King, man. Oh, wow. Emotional.
King of the Hill is back.
They got a Bob's in the airport now. Oh, that's Boba.
World has changed, Dad.
Bobby wants to bring that new girl over for dinner.
The Vegas? What the hell am I supposed to feed her?
Can't we just put some grass in a bowl?
From Mike Judge and Greg Daniels.
Ready to make some memories, Dad?
Let's freaking go.
A Hulu original series, King of the Hill. All episodes now streaming on Hulu.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my site softer?
Can I make my site firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. Get early access to Sleep Number's biggest sale of the year. 25% off the i8 bed, our most popular. Plus free home delivery. Limited time. All Sleep Number smart beds offer temperature solutions for your best sleep. Check it out at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com today.
Did you know in Washington State, you can see a physical therapist without a referral from your doctor? That's right. Thanks to Direct Access, you can skip the wait and get the care you need right away. Shannon O'Kelly, how has Direct Access changed the game?
Direct Access for us, Brock, is a game changer. Why? Is because there is so much research and data out there that says if you get in early when you have a musculoskeletal problem or an injury, the earlier you get in and we can start care, the better outcomes and the decreased downstream cost, okay? So it's so important. Our providers are all doctors of physical therapy. They're all trained to identify situations and problems. They've got the skill, they've got the talent, they've got the knowledge. If you get in and start therapy early, we're going to get you back to activity, pain-free, and moving and having fun.
Fast, easy, effective. Direct Access is your path to better movement, starting with a single step. Visit irgpt.com to schedule your appointment today. irgpt.com.
At Fisher Investments, we may seem like other money managers, but we're different.
What makes you so different than the rest of us?
We ensure clients receive unparalleled service at every step of the relationship.
Tell me more.
Our investment counselors focus on service over sales, prioritizing clients' needs.
How do you make money?
We don't sell any commission-based products. We have a simple management fee based on the value of our client's portfolio. So we do better when our clients do better.
What about client portfolios?
We get to know each client, their finances, family, health, lifestyle, and more, and then we tailor a portfolio based on their specific goals and needs.
Your clients really come first then, huh?
Yes, we make them a top priority. Our goal is helping them achieve a comfortable retirement.
Wow, maybe we are different.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
KIRO FM and HD1 Tacoma, Seattle.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by Progressive Insurance.
I'm Steve Kathan. New shakeup in the upper ranks at the FBI. Here's CBS's Michael Wallace.
Several top officials have been told tomorrow will be their last day at the Bureau. The list includes Brian Driscoll, who served as the FBI's acting director during the first few weeks of the Trump administration, as Kash Patel's nomination was pending. Driscoll was accused of insubordination after he refused to turn over the names of agents who were involved in the investigation into the January 6th attack on the Capitol.
Russia is making a push for a Putin-Trump meeting as a deadline set by Trump for action to end the war in Ukraine closes in. CBS News White House correspondent Nancy Cordes.
We're still waiting for more details from the White House about how likely this is to actually happen, Mugo. And when I was in the Oval Office yesterday, I asked the president whether there had been some kind of major breakthrough, some new concession that Putin was now willing to make. And the president admitted no, that there hadn't been any major concession or major breakthrough. And so it's unclear what precipitated the Russians saying that now all sides are ready to sit down and talk.
The U.S. Army has honored 6 soldiers for their efforts yesterday to stop the gunman who shot and wounded 5 soldiers at Fort Stewart, Georgia. Brigadier General John Lubis.
No one hesitated. Most of these soldiers behind me and others in the crowd immediately started applying first aid and, most importantly, stopped the bleeding. And when we spoke to the surgeons in the hospital, it was clear that the actions they took primarily stopping that bleeding before they were loaded up into ambulances and quickly evac'd to Win Army Medical certainly saved their lives.
An Army sergeant is being held. Officials say he used his personal weapon in the attack. Now to Southern California, CBS's Jason Allen is covering the major wildfire north of Los Angeles.
They're expecting another day of very erratic winds, unpredictable conditions, and expecting this fire to keep growing today and tomorrow in these hot, windy, and dry conditions.
President Trump contends billions of dollars are coming into the U.S. thanks to his tariffs. A new round against dozens of countries took effect today. CBS's Ramy Inocencio is in London.
Looking at Europe's two biggest indices right now, the German DAX and the CAC 40, they're both up near highs of the day. You might have thought that after this tariff news that they might have fallen, but again, it looks like investors were, for the most part, prepped. In Asia, a similar story. China markets closed higher there.
Trump, who slapped a 100% tariff on chip makers, today called on Intel's CEO to resign. Wall Street's right now the Dow is down more than 300 points. This is CBS News.
Progressive Insurance, with insurance for cars, home, boat, motorcycles, RVs, and commercial vehicles at 1-800-PROGRESSIVE and Progressive.com.
We're going to have the latest details about the shooting at a Tacoma hospital yesterday in just a moment. But first, from the KIRO Newsradio Traffic Center, we are recovering from a very tough morning. No new collisions in the last half hour, but we're still struggling kind of coming in north to Seattle and Bellevue from the south end. The good news is that means Tacoma is almost issue-free at this moment. Cross your fingers. 47 minutes from Federal Way to Seattle. Renton to Bellevue on 405 is 35 minutes. That's a huge improvement. Bellevue to Renton in the other direction is 23 minutes. Seattle to Tacoma is 37 minutes. This report is brought to you by KIRO News Radio.
KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good morning, I'm Jillian Raftery. A shooting at Tacoma's Multi-Care Allen Moore Hospital has left one man dead and a woman injured. Tacoma police say the suspect followed the couple into the emergency room lobby last night after an altercation outside, then fired shots. The bullet grazed the 21-year-old woman, but her boyfriend was killed. No suspects are in custody. Luke Ducey will have more live in just a moment on the Gee and Ursula Show. Mercer Island has grappled with 2 water main breaks this week. One affected 50 homes Tuesday, the second 5 more. Here's KIRO 7 TV's Brandon Thompson.
Last year, the city had to issue water restrictions after a water main break led to fears of a landslide, forcing an entire neighborhood to evacuate. That is not the case here. And while the city has not identified a cause in this latest water main break, we asked the city of Mercer Island, is there a problem with aging infrastructure? They said yes, and quote, "We are still in the early phases of a long-term essential period of infrastructure reinvestment. Significant work remains ahead. The city council and staff remain committed to maintaining and improving infrastructure."
Ferry rides are about to cost more. Starting October 1st, fares jump 3% with another hike in May. The State Transportation Commission approved the rate increase at its meeting yesterday. It also signed off on a 35% summer peak season surcharge for all routes. The fare hikes aim to meet a $408 million revenue target set by the legislature. When the Seattle Seahawks take the field for tonight's preseason game, a familiar face will be pacing along the opposing team's sideline. That's right, former Hawks head coach Pete Carroll now coaches the Las Vegas Raiders. He says the preseason opener at Lumen Field is strictly business.
It's the only game we got. Happens to be in Seattle.
Carroll says he did enjoy his time here and the people he worked with. Carroll led the team to its only Super Bowl title. And I got to say, I miss him. You can hear the game right here on KIRO News Radio at 7 p.m. This weather update brought to you by State Roofing and Exteriors. Warming up to 70 degrees today, and the rain is tapering off through the afternoon. Partly cloudy tomorrow and 73 degrees. It is 65 degrees in downtown Seattle. I'm Jillian Raftery for KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with a KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
This is the Gee and Ursula Show with G. Scott and Ursula Reutin.
2 cups of coffee, Ursula.
Yeah, how are you doing?
And an hour of the Gee and Ursula Show.
Yeah, you're awake?
And a Nick dump button because I said something that I wasn't supposed to say, technically, but I'm awake now.
Yeah, you are awake.
Happy Thursday, everybody. It's Gee and Ursula Show. August 7th, Ursula's birthday week. Tomorrow, Ursula, you turn 60.
Yes, my last day of being 59.
Can you tell us what it is that you plan to do tonight on your last night in your 50s?
I plan to be planning what's going to happen tomorrow night. This is family time.
Okay, how about this?
Yeah.
Guess what, everybody? This is Ursula's last show in her 50s.
This is true.
Come on now.
This is true. But I am a firm believer it's just a number. This is a big number, though. I breeze through 40, 50. I don't know why, because I have an idea in my head what 60 should be like or feel like, and I don't feel it.
Well, if somebody would have told you when you were 40, hey, Ursula, when you're 60 years old, you're going to be doing a show with this dude that is just
off the chain. Yeah. I would have been like, I'm thrilled. That's awesome. It's keeping me young. Hey, text us 888-973-5476, 888-973 KIRO. Coming up at 10:30. Do you know an over-planner in your life, or are you that over-planner? We're going to have some fun with that discussion. But right now,
What's new at 10?
and this is a story that caught our attention because this doesn't happen often. But a man is dead. A woman is injured after a shooting inside a Tacoma emergency room. KIRO Newsradio's Luke Ducey joins us now live with the latest.
Yeah, that's so disturbing. And what's also disturbing is this is the third targeted shooting in our region in just the last couple of weeks. So this time inside Tacoma's Multicare Allenmore Hospital last night, the uncle of the female victim, he said that her boyfriend, who was killed in the shooting, actually saved her life.
I know that she's pretty shaken up because her boyfriend, I guess, pushed her out of the way. And so she just watched him get shot pretty bad, So I'm more worried about her mental and emotional state right now more than anything.
So this happened just after 7 last night. Tacoma police say the suspect followed the couple into the ER there after a fight somewhere outside the building. Then he opened fire. A bullet grazed the 21-year-old woman. Again, the male victim in that shooting died. In Seattle just 2 weeks ago, though, police say a suspect killed a man in a targeted shooting at the Northgate Light Rail Station. That suspect has been arrested in that case. And last week, you'll remember a man was killed outside a church in the U District. His wife and child right there, and you could see them on surveillance video run from the scene. These are all separate shootings, but it appears in all these cases the suspects settled whatever dispute or whatever was going on with a gun.
Luke, are you getting a feeling that not only are these targeted, but these are very bold targets? I'm talking about in front of a hospital, in front of a church, and in front of a transit center, right? All of those in daylight, 7 in the morning, 7 p.m. in August, daylight. All of these things happening in daylight and at these locations.
Yeah, it does strike me reporting on these that they're brazen, and people they feel like I can just pull out a gun anywhere in front of anyone, cameras going, it doesn't matter, and just start firing because of whatever reason. They're angry, heat of the moment. Planned out. Some of these cases they were waiting for their intended targets as well, according to police. Yeah, that is unnerving. It's unnerving to report because we don't see that and haven't seen that, and now we're seeing it more and more.
Reckless disregard for human life, first of all. And then the other thing that strikes me is that in each of these cases, there could have been so many more people injured. An ER?
An ER.
Inside the ER. And that happened. And you said that was targeted too, and someone has been arrested.
And you know what police are really worried about, both in Seattle and throughout the South Sound as well, because they're seeing it more and more, are younger shooters and suspects who are using what they call Glock switches. Modifying Glocks because they're a gun that's out there. They've been such a popular gun for so long that there are a lot of modifications you can buy very easily over the internet, etc., and modify that weapon to shoot like an automatic weapon. And when you start spraying bullets like that, 30 at a time within seconds, they have to go somewhere, and they don't always hit the target. And they, especially in an ER where there are other people, Going to hit other people.
This is the voice of Luke Ducey here on the Gee Ursula Show. Before you go, so is the emergency room, is it back open? Have they closed that down? Is that back open? One. And two, my other question were these people, were they just so happened to be going to the hospital, or was they just outside of it?
That's a great question. Let's start with that one. Don't know yet.
Okay.
And so we're trying to figure out who they were, what this dispute was over. And so and oftentimes when police don't give that information right away, there's something to it. Yeah. There's something that they're investigating. Okay, what's the connection here? So there's that. ER, it's open and running. The waiting area is closed. It's not like you can go into the ER, and any ambulances are I think are being diverted to other places right now. But doctors, nurses, they're back at work. They're doing their job and doing what they have to do.
Thanks,
Luke. Appreciate you.
Appreciate you. Thank you.
Okay, did you hear about this? For the first time ever, Major League Baseball is going to have a woman umpire on the field this weekend.
I did. That's awesome.
Now, I was today years old to find out that we've never had a woman on the field.
Can I admit something to you before you finish the story? Just so you know, I was yesterday years old.
Oh.
I didn't know either.
Okay, so I'm not the only one. Yeah, so it's Jen, I want to say Paywall, 48 years old. She's a former college softball star from New Jersey. So she's going to be making history as she suits up to work the Marlins-Braves doubleheader on Saturday. She'll be calling balls and strikes from behind the plate on Sunday. And this is a big deal for her. She's earned this. She's been grinding her way up through the minors since 2016 after spending years officiating college softball and working her way through MLB's Umpire Academy.
Right.
But the question that I cannot help ask is, why did it take this long? Why is it that it's so much harder for society to accept women in the MLB or the NFL when men can be refs in women's sports?
Right.
And no one bats an eye.
Right. Time. And what I mean by that is that even though I was shocked when I heard about it yesterday, now that I think about it, it kind of makes sense. Well, let me just say why it makes sense. Number one, women have never played Major League Baseball, right? And so I think for a long time, there was this idea that they could not do that. And I think maybe they can. So once you make the decision that you believe women can be an umpire, it's going to take a while from there. I'm sure that this woman had to start off at a certain league and start to learn, and you know what I'm saying? So even though they said, yes, let's do it, that decision wasn't made yesterday. But that decision was made before, and it just took time to get here.
A lot of folks, in particular women, but also men, are saying, yeah, finally, but there are going to be people who are still going to be saying, oh, DEI, publicity stunt, as Jeff and Bonnie Lake is texting in. And I just look at this as, oh my gosh, it's taken us until 2025 to finally break that barrier in the MLB. The NBA broke it, 28 years ago? But you still don't see a lot of women. Do you? I mean, correct me if I'm wrong.
No, you're not wrong. No, you don't. And look, we're going to see that. We're going to see soon a woman be an NBA head coach. We're going to see those things. And I'll tell you why we're going to see those things. At this point, you can, as someone who is a sports fan, grew up in sports, coached, all that stuff, sons, all those things, people are not invested in sports the way they used to be. It's declining, I'm telling you. The only thing that is continuing to rise is football. And the reason why football is dominant so much is because, A, they have the college football thing, the tradition. People's grandfathers and great-grandfathers attended this school, and football is a big thing. And two, gambling. Gambling has really made football huge. What's going to happen is you need to be more competitive, because here soon, AI, Google, and all of these things, these will be the things that sports will have to compete against. There will be new things that people are doing in 15, 20 years. So I'm saying that to say you better diversify and you better make it inclusive for all. You're not just going to need just a subset of fans. You need all fans.
Oh, Brian and Kent just texted in and says, my thing, Ursula, who cares? I mean, who cares that you don't have women who are able to do a job?
I care.
As well as, again, does it preclude women because they've never played Major League Baseball? I mean, they can learn the rules. They can still officiate. I just think it's long overdue. And then I want to bring up something else because for the third time in a week, someone in the crowd decided to throw a sex toy onto the floor during a professional women's basketball game. This time it was during the Indiana Fever LA Sparks game, and this landed near Sophie Cunningham of the Fever. And so they had to pause the game, and then Kelsey Plum picked it and kicked it out of the way. Everyone kept moving. And like, why is this becoming a thing? Because apparently it's not the first time. It's become a pattern. These stunts are happening, but exclusively during women's game. And again, I bring up 2025. Like, are we not beyond this childish behavior?
Okay. So I need you guys to turn up your radio or however your device that you're listening to this on, because let's have a real serious discussion. Because Ursula, you're asking about, am I allowed to say that it was just dildos thrown on the ground?
Yeah, that's basically what it was.
Okay. I didn't know if I was going to get dumped for that.
No.
But we're seeing this happen in 2025, the hiring of a woman umpire, all those things. Okay, Ursula, I've asked you this question before, time and time again, and you've always been glass half full.
I am.
So now I want to check in with you again. And this is for everyone to answer. Are we, as a society, are we going forward or are we going backwards, Ursula?
Well, I said I think we're going backwards. Sadly, I think we're going backwards, but I don't want to just base it on feelings.
No.
So I want to give you the reasons why.
I have one reason why.
Yeah, I have a number of reasons,
Okay.
but think about it, and it's a lot of the topics that we talk about on this show.
Mm-hmm.
For example, the richest 1% in this country now own more wealth than the entire middle class combined. So there's one.
Thank you for you stole my thunder. Yeah. That's it.
Snap. Are you serious?
I think
okay, but
I think that is the
big.
basis. But keep going.
Okay, no, I'll keep going. In 2022, Roe v. Wade was overturned. That's the first time that a constitutional right has been taken away in modern U.S. history. I also want to point out that, again, we talk about this, but more than 500 bills just in the last few years have been introduced restricting LGBTQ plus rights, especially trans rights. More than 20 states since 2020 have made it harder to vote. We were just talking about the other day. Begging people to vote. Begging. The turnout is already so bad. Why would we want to make fewer people vote? We talk about how divisive we are, and some people may argue that we contribute to that, and we try not to, and we don't always get it right, but nuance is gone. I mean, you're either woke or you're anti-woke. Do you want me to keep going?
Keep going.
Okay.
You cooking.
Look at what's happening with science and our belief in science. Vaccination rates are dropping. Funding's being taken away from very important research. If you look at Pew Research showing in their latest survey that trust in government and media is at historic lows. I mean, we're talking to Watergate levels. And you can't say that that is good. People don't trust or cannot trust. Right? So who are they listening to? And it becomes especially important when we have things like big global epidemics, for example. And then I hate to bring this up. Because this is going to be divisive, but I can't help but say that we had a chance to have, I believe, a qualified female vice president in the White House. And more people in this country chose someone who is a convicted felon. I mean, that is a fact. And I don't know how you explain that in the future. I mean, so I laid out all the reasons why I think we're going backwards. And by the way, I also think that as a society, too many people are okay with saying things that you're like, oh my gosh, they said the quiet part out loud. And I think that we're too many are okay with that and are just going to turn a blind eye. And I say all that and still feel like as a country, we are a country of resilience. We are a country that still has a lot of hope. And so I'm going to still look at the glass half full. Like, yeah, I think we've gone backwards. Yeah. But do I think it's a lost cause? No.
Well, Ursula, I want you to know that I did not expect you to cook the way you just did. I wasn't expecting that. I thought you was just going to, say a couple things. I think that what you just said and how you laid that out was incredible. And in your first one, in your first reason, I want to just stick on that reason. And can you just say what that reason is again? Number one.
The richest 1% in this country own more wealth than the entire middle class combined. And for how long did we say that the middle class is the backbone of our society?
Here's what I believe. I believe that number one thing that you just said right there, check this out, y'all. I've never really said this on this show. I hope I pour my heart on this the right way. I truly believe that is the crux of it all. I think the reason why we have so many problems today is because of just that. And what is happening is I believe that politics, people like myself, we try to talk about these things, and the only way to do that is to be divisive. And what we're doing is, well, this is happening because of this. And these folks don't like the LGBTQ. And these folks don't like black people. And these folks don't like women. And these folks don't like Asians. And we're talking about culture wars constantly while we're talking about those things. And I feel like that is a way for us to fight back and forth. But the real, like sometimes you might have a symptom of something, but there is an underlying issue. I think the symptoms are what we talk about daily. But the underlying issue is a discussion that I said to you this morning. Yeah. I walked out, I said, hey, Ursula. A lot of people are hurting. I said to you, Ursula, I just saw a report that said that only 4% of households in the country earn $200,000 a year. 4%. I think the biggest problem is money. I think a lot of us are struggling, and I think the way that people are allowed to be, and I'm going to say this, greedy, the way Congress is allowed to buy and sell stock, the way billionaires are able to keep their money on taxes and continue to make money and put money in offshore accounts and do things that the common folks, by the way, most of us are common folk. We're not billionaires. I think that is the biggest problem that we have. At the same time, you cook, though. You cooked.
But I also wanted to say that we're making humongous strides in technology. So, I mean, it's all not gloom and doom, but you just asked, why do I feel like as a society we're going backward?
Wait. Oh, you know what? I got an idea. We'll come back next. I don't know what their plan is to talk about, but there's two things I want to do. I have some more to say about that topic because she said you brought up technology, and I think a certain thing about that. But up next, this is Ursula's last show in her 60s. Excuse me, 50s. I'm tired. My bad.
Jeff in Issaquah, it's his last show of listening to me, apparently, after my last segment.
Oh, man, Jeff. Good Lord. Okay. I need all my brothers and sisters that are in their 60s or above. You need to text in some advice for Ursula heading into her 60s. We're going to be doing that next. Gee and Ursula.
This hour is brought to you by Pella Windows and Doors of Western Washington.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Coonahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
That's leaffilter.com/deal for your free gutter inspection today. See representative for warranty details. Promotion is 20% off plus a 10% senior or military discount. One discount per household.
If you're thinking about renovating an attic, spending more time in your sunroom, or building onto your home, a Carrier ductless unit is the perfect solution for climate control. It's efficient, quiet, and incredibly flexible when it comes to installation because there's no ductwork required. It's just one more way we're making your home totally comfortable.
Your local Carrier heating and cooling dealer will improve your home's comfort, air quality, and efficiency. Visit CarrierNorthwest.com to find the expert near you. Carrier, turn to the experts.
Start having fun. Caesars Sportsbook at Muckleshoot Casino Resort is your #1 place to eat, drink, watch, and have fun. Keep up with your favorite sports anywhere and everywhere on property with the mobile app. Visit muckleshootcasino.com today. Scan the QR code and let the play begin.
Muckleshoot. When you own a business, it feels like everything's on you. Orders, deliveries, employees, on you. That's why Comcast Business is giving you a year of mobile on us with your internet service. Really? Yep. We'll cover your first line of mobile for 1 year. So calling customers, getting directions, texting Janine and shipping, on us. The broken coffee maker? That one's still on you. Which means you'll save hundreds for your business and get the fastest mobile service with 5G cellular and Wi-Fi hotspots on us. But hurry, this deal won't last long. Get a mobile plan and free up the budget to maybe, I don't know, fix that coffee maker? Get mobile on us for 1 year, you guessed it, on us. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Ends 9/22/25. Restrictions apply. New mobile customers only with internet standard service or above. Limited to value of 1 unlimited interline apply via 12 monthly internet bill credits. 1 discount per account. Fastest mobile based on mobile Wi-Fi and cellular data in service areas. Ookla Speed Test Intelligence 2H24.
It's a fact. When your eyes work correctly, light focuses through both your cornea and your lens to give you high-quality vision. Hi, it's Dr. Kopstein from K2 Vision. Here's another fact. As we near age 50, we begin to lose the quality and function of our natural lens. That's when we start to reach for reading glasses and contemplate those cataracts on the horizon, typically in our 70s or later, but inevitable if we get old enough. Fortunately, K2 Vision has the advanced permanent solution for both, refractive lens exchange, or RLE. K2 Vision RLE is a quick, painless procedure that restores distance and near vision permanently. Plus, another thing is permanent. You will never develop a cataract. After over 20 years replacing over 100,000 failing lenses, we will help you determine when it's your right time for RLE. Go to k2visionrle.com and schedule a free Zoom consultation today. K2 Vision RLE. No glasses, no contacts, no readers. Permanently.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health Seattle will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Cars for Kids, your trusted charity for car donations, also accepts donations of boats, RVs, motorcycles, and real estate. Call today, 877-CARS4KIDS.
KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO Newsradio and mynorthwest.com.
Good morning, I'm Jillian Raftery. 3 of the soldiers shot yesterday at Fort Stewart in Georgia have now been released from the hospital. 5 were shot and all are expected to survive. A fellow soldier is accused of bringing a personal gun on base and opening fire before a group of service members subdued him.
No one hesitated. Most of these soldiers behind me and others in the crowd immediately started applying first aid and, most importantly, stopped the bleeding. And when we spoke to the surgeons in the hospital, it was clear that the actions they took, primarily stopping that bleeding before they were loaded up into ambulances and quickly evac'd to Win Army Medical, certainly saved their lives.
Army Brigadier General John Lubas says those heroes are getting awards today. Aid organizations say that Gaza is getting closer to the worst case scenario of famine. Airdrops of food are being allowed now, but people working on the crisis say without regular truck deliveries, the aid is far from adequate. Videos show people rushing over rubble and around destroyed buildings to reach the food. A historic mural about Japanese American internment was vandalized again in Seattle's Chinatown International District. Fox 13 Seattle reports this is the second time this year the mural has been targeted, raising fears the crime could be racially motivated. The artwork is meant to teach history and prevent it from repeating, but someone spray painted graffiti over it last weekend. Neighbors say it keeps happening, but police have not said if they are investigating the latest incident. That mural has already been cleaned up. Looking to better compete with TikTok and Snapchat, Instagram is launching new features like maps and the ability to repost from other social media sites. CBS News tech contributor Ian Schur has more.
Having the right features is, of course, an important thing for any company that's competing in social media. But there's also another critical aspect, which is keeping the current user base happy. There is always the possibility that a very popular user like Kim Kardashian might someday trash their app or say it's not popular anymore, and that can turn into a snowball real quick.
Turning to KIRO News Radio traffic, we are still looking a little bit tough getting out of the north end into Seattle, but we're looking a lot better than we were this morning. It is an hour Linwood to Seattle right now. That's slowing really thickens up around Shoreline, getting all the way into downtown Seattle. I'm not seeing any collisions, just heavy traffic. From the south end, your slowing now starts around the Rainier Valley, south end of Beacon Hill. It is about 46 minutes to get into Seattle from Federal Way. Renton to Bellevue on 405, 32 minutes. Bothell to Bellevue, much better at 36 minutes. And Bellevue to Renton, 29 minutes. This traffic report is brought to you by KIRO News Radio. Weather by State Roofing and Exteriors, warming up to about 70 degrees today, and we are going to start seeing that rain taper off. Partly cloudy throughout the rest of the day, partly cloudy tomorrow with a high of 73, overnight lows in the mid-50s. It is 59 degrees in downtown Seattle. I'm Jillian Raftery for KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
Welcome back to the Gee and Ursula Show, Thursday morning edition. Right before the segment, you ran out and said, "Ursula, do the show without me." So I have no idea. What are we doing right now?
I didn't know if I was going to be back, but I'm back now. Here's what we're going to do.
Okay.
Coming up in like 3 to 5 minutes. I've been wanting you all to text in. A lot of my brothers and sisters in their 60s and above have been texting in to give Ursula advice about going into her 60s. As you all know, today is Ursula's last show in her 50s. So I need you to text in that advice. But before then, we were talking about, and I ask you to question, and all of our listeners, are we as a society going backwards or forwards? And we had a lot of thoughts on that. Ursula, you just laid it all out. You actually had people mad at you, which is something that I love, because that lets me know that you have a cold, hard opinion on something, and they didn't like that.
Well, I think also folks are used to me trying to find the bright side, and there is still a bright side. I mean, again, every single day, not to sound so corny, but I choose joy. Otherwise, I could be in a fetal position in a corner somewhere because of a lot of stuff. Mm-hmm. But again, I mean, we have to recognize that there are things that I think we have lost.
Right.
While still gaining in some areas. And we talk about AI all the time.
And you brought up AI, and that's why I wanted to continue.
Okay.
You say And for some reason, you continue to say how AI is so good for us.
In some areas.
I'm going to say it, the quiet part out loud, and some of my tech folks out here, text saying if you agree or disagree. I think the financial problems, the inequity that we have in this country, plus AI, will be the destruction of America, the United States.
Okay, that is grim.
Oh, okay. You guys say it's grim. Did you not report in your top stories or one of the stories this week that 30% of jobs will go away in 5 years?
That's McKinsey's prediction. And I will say that McKinsey doesn't always get it right.
Fair. When have we ever had things talked about like that? Hey, 30%.
How about?
Are you going to talk about radio?
Well, not just radio. I have been hearing these gloom and doom predictions of the ends of a variety of things. Remember, even Bill Gates was warning about this information superhighway and the dangers involved. And he was right about that. But have we collapsed as a society?
I got game, set, match for you.
Uh-oh.
I'm not going to give you an opinion. I'm not going to give you a what if. I'm going to give you a fact. When have we ever seen a company lay off 15,000 people in a year and still profit $25 billion in a quarter? Now, if you all don't, if you all aren't alarmed by that, if that does not bother you, that Microsoft was able to lay off 15,000 people and still profit $25 billion in one quarter. In one quarter. That does not scare y'all? Or you?
Well, I feel for the people who are part of those numbers. Because think about it. Those are just numbers to you and me. But if you are one of those 15,000 people who just got laid off and you're trying to find work now in a tightening work environment, that is a big deal. It's not that I'm not sympathetic to that, but you said, when have you ever heard that? Do you remember when we couldn't stop talking about how these companies were just hiring and throwing money left and right at these workers? And to some degree, they're making a correction for overhiring. And I say to some degree. Mm-hmm. But again, yeah, if you think that with AI, yes, there is going to be some serious pain, and we don't have it's Wild West. We don't have a lot of regulation right now. But you also have to look at, oh my gosh, how much better is it going to make a lot of things, whether it's your overworked doctors right now or your overworked. There are going to be areas where
I think
maybe
it's going to cut jobs. I hear what you're saying about making it better. I think they cut jobs. And by the way, Gen Z in Seattle, even with a full-time job, watch this, Ursula, they still can't buy a crib. They still can't buy a house. Question for everybody. It's 2025. Is it going to get better for them? Okay. And if it does get better, that means if it gets better, that means there was an economic collapse if things get better. So the only way for things to get better again is for there to be a collapse. And when there is a collapse and there's less jobs, what are you building these jobs on when they keep cutting them because of AI?
I totally hear you, and I'm not being in denial, but we had this conversation a couple of days ago, and I guess I just want to turn the question around to you.
Come on.
So you think it's going to lead to the total collapse of society as we know it, or it's going to lead to economic collapse? So now what? So what do you want to do? What are you going to do?
Continue doing the best that I can, right? Continue having these discussions.
Yes.
Coming to work every single day. But I'm not stupid. You know, it's like, and I know you guys make fun of me, but sometimes it's the only way I can kind of compartmentalize some of these things. It's like being in a failed relationship that you know is going bad. But what do? You still got to come home. You still got to come home and go to bed, even though you know this relationship is going nowhere. You know that the trajectory of your relationship is going nowhere. And I'm saying right now, the trajectory of where we are going today is not good. We have situations where people don't trust media, they don't trust government, they don't trust science. Like, what do we don't have the same things, the pillars that the United States used to be the best in the world. What happened to those things? I'll tell you. Money. We are allowing people to be worth 100, 200, 300 billion dollars. And by the way, if sometimes I always like to put in perspective what $1 billion is, well, let me just tell you. If you made $100,000 a year tax-free for 10 years, that's $1 million. If you made $100,000 a year for 10,000 years, that's $1 billion.
And that's crazy. That's crazy.
Well, we messed
up. I would love it. I would love to hear from you. So AI is here. It, according to Gee, what? Okay, I don't want to overstate what you said.
Corey Collins says you evolved, Gee, from your question. Because I said it's gloom and doom. I think the trajectory of this country is on a collapse. And Ursula says, okay, Gee, now what do you do?
Yeah, and so again, you have to figure out what role will I play when AI revolutionizes everything that we do and how we do it. So what can I do to either stay with it or stay ahead of the curve? What can our kids do? What can we do to make sure that they are prepared?
Hopefully I work for Nick and Sophia and they give me a damn job.
You're on the good side right now.
And you know what? Y'all, he's open news boss today. Oh, wait, you haven't?
No, I didn't.
Don't give him too much credit yet.
Scenarios next. Gee and Ursula.
You never know what's in store each morning once you hit the road.
We've got a major traffic alert in effect right now.
While you're getting ready every morning, make us part of your routine.
What morning, huh?
Yeah. Got off to an early start.
Just tell your smart speaker to play KIRO News Radio or stream us on the app.
Both directions of I-5 are closed.
We'll help you get where you're going faster.
Maybe bail at 512.
KIRO News Radio. We're on your smart speaker, the app, and 97.3 FM.
At Fisher Investments, we may seem like other money managers, but we're different.
What makes you so different than the rest of us?
We ensure clients receive unparalleled service at every step of the relationship.
Tell me more.
Our investment counselors focus on service over sales, prioritizing clients' needs.
How do you make money?
We don't sell any commission-based products. We have a simple management fee based on the value of our client's portfolio. So we do better when our clients do better.
What about client portfolios?
We get to know each client, their finances, family, health, lifestyle, and more, and then we tailor a portfolio based on their specific goals and needs.
Your clients really come first then, huh?
Yes, we make them a top priority. Our goal is helping them achieve a comfortable retirement.
Wow, maybe we are different.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
Did you hear? A recent stash of $10 gold Liberty coins from the 1800s has been found. These gorgeous gold coins are as bright and shiny as the day they were struck in the late 1800s, and less than 200 of these gold coins are available. Coin experts are calling this gold find an incredible opportunity. Call 1-800-917-4635, and you are guaranteed a $10 gold Liberty coin minted by the U.S. Mint in the 1800s. But with extremely limited availability, you must call now. These gold Liberty coins from the 1800s are still in uncirculated condition. That is history you can hold in your hand. To learn more, call 1-800-917-4635. Call now and you'll receive a free American Coin Collector's Bonus Package, a $40 value, free with every order. Call 1-800-917-4635 now to secure your $10 gold Liberty coins dated from the 1800s before they sell out. That's 1-800-917-4635.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age.
making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Citizens, since we each upgraded to Xfinity in our homes, the Wi-Fi has been booming. It's fair to say our town has officially become a boomtown.
Mayor, will I be able to drop into multiplayer gaming battles with low lag?
The lag won't be an issue, but your questionable skills may be.
And what if I have hundreds of devices on the Wi-Fi? Purely hypothetical.
Seems like a lot, but sure, hundreds of devices all booming together with the Xfinity Gateway. Yes, friends and neighbors, with Xfinity, the Wi-Fi is booming.
The Wi-Fi isn't the only thing that's booming. Now get the most reliable Wi-Fi and our best-in-class equipment for one consistent price for 5 years guaranteed. All in. Plus, get unlimited data included and no annual contract. All with the 5-year price guarantee from Xfinity. Visit Xfinity.com, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. New residential customers only. Select plans only. Xfinity Gateway with X-Fi Complete required for unlimited data except in certain areas. Most reliable Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA. Fixed Broadband Experience Report, August 2024. Actual speeds vary.
Are you road trip ready? Bucky's Complete Auto Repair will make your car safe and dependable with expert service and old-fashioned care. Brakes, oil change, factory service, and more. No appointment needed, and yes, friendly financing is available. Bucky's.com.
Start having fun. Caesar Sportsbook at Muckleshoot Casino Resort is your #1 place to eat, drink, watch, and have fun. Keep up with your favorite sports anywhere and everywhere on property with the mobile app. Visit muckleshootcasino.com today. Scan the QR code and let the play begin.
Muckleshoot.
It's about grit.
Leonard Williams drags him down.
Running through whatever gets in your way.
The handoff to Charbonnet. Stiff arms a man, turns, first down. Oh my goodness! What a blast!
Fighting for every yard.
The handoff to Walker. He breaks a tackle, comes back to the near side, stumbles across the 10, breaks the tackle. Touchdown! Seahawks!
And a drive that never ends. Celebrating 50 seasons of Seahawks football. Visit Seahawks.com/tickets today.
Let's get to scenarios.
Here we go, yo. So what's the scenario?
Ursula, this is your last scenarios in your 50s.
Man, you're making me worried.
I've been dating a girl for 2 years.
Okay.
And I just found out in the past she dated her first cousin. No, like seriously dated. This wasn't a situation where they discovered that they were first cousins after they started dating. They knew before. She told me they were together for more than 2 years, hid it from their families, and now she thinks it's pretty funny because it's in the past. I'm freaking out because this is gross. How can I look at her the same way and get past this? 888-973-5476. Ursula, I got to tell you, this is a doozy. We ain't never had this one.
Sure haven't. So the question is, are you going to get past it? I don't think you get past it unless you're willing to hear her out, live with that part of her history, and say, well, that was in the past. But sounds like you would always have that question of, are we on the same in terms of what we think is morally right, what we think. I mean, first cousin is different from like second cousin, once removed, that kind of thing.
This is your mom's sister's daughter.
Yeah, that one would be a hard one to overcome. I don't know that you can, unless you're saying, hey, I'm willing to put this in the past. Simple.
Could you do it?
Again, it all depends. There's again.
Why did it take you so long to answer that?
It should be, yeah, probably not. Like, are there any other facts? We have to make these snap decisions on these scenarios without knowing a whole lot of facts.
I mean, here's the thing.
Maybe that's enough.
What?
Do you know of anyone who has dated a relative? And the reason I ask that is because I know someone who did get married to, it wasn't first cousin, but it was a cousin.
Mm-hmm.
And I always thought it was a little strange. They never had kids, but again, apparently it worked.
You ever been to Louisville?
Stop. No. I'm not stereotyping any area of the country.
No, I wasn't even talking about that. Just in general. It was random. Like, I always ask you random questions.
And I don't want to link the two. Have you?
Louisville, Kentucky?
Yeah, I've driven through on my way to Tennessee.
I've never been there.
Okay.
So, but it was just random. I just wanted to ask you.
Sure.
Sophia, what are your thoughts?
I'm honestly speechless on this one. Like, this whole time, I've just been silently laughing to myself. Because, like, what do you mean they knew they were cousins and you take that to the grave. What are you doing telling your new, was it her boyfriend?
Yeah. 2 years.
What are you doing telling him, by the way, I had this thing where I dated my cousin? Don't tell anyone that. Don't share that information.
Wait a minute, Sophia.
Or maybe they're sharing because they don't think it's a big deal.
Ursula has taught me that you're supposed to tell your significant other everything.
Well, my thing is, if maybe the reason she's having trouble in the dating pool or something is if everyone knows that you dated your cousin. It doesn't really make for the... I can't.
I gotta tell you now, Ursula. I know you said that in this, you need more facts. The facts are simple. They've been dating for 2 years.
Yeah.
She just found out she was dating her first cousin, and it wasn't by accident. They actually knew that they were first cousins. I gotta tell you, Ursula, ain't nothing gonna get me. Once she tells me that, it's over. It's over right then.
Like, Thanksgiving's gonna be so awkward.
So awkward. Ew.
Sophia, why did you have to go there?
It's so true.
Nick, bail us out, man.
This one's hard to keep track with, so I'm going to try and dumb it down for myself, keeping it to the basics. And from what I understand, it's a secret love affair kept for a couple years, and it turns out a previous lover was a relative, and you think that's funny? Listen, try a different audience, because this whole thing in the family, I don't think it's working for you. You probably do need more info in this one, but regardless, I don't think this is going to go down in the humor section. Try a different kind of comedy.
Did you see what 253 said? Now, I didn't say this, Ursula. And by the way, I was totally being random when I said that to you. Because
Okay, no, you weren't.
Is it fair?
I'm calling BS on that one.
Am I not always random?
You are random, but I know you better than to think that...
Kentucky. Now, as for 253, this is a coincidence. Go ahead and read it, Ursula.
OMG, G, I'm laughing so much. I had 2 first cousins who dated, and they are from Kentucky. Oh, my God.
Man, is that a thing?
No.
Alabama is what we all talk. I'm not even going to lie. I was stereotyping. I said to Nick, I was like, you should play Sweet Home Alabama.
That's a bit on the nose, I thought.
Oh, no. If this is one of those moments that's shared on social media, taken completely out of context. Oh, no. I'm not part of it.
Hey, Patrick.
That's my last scenario's in my 50s. Come on.
You got to highlight
the kitchen sink on that one.
You got to highlight Ursula for her last scenarios in her 50s.
I love read the headline now.
And Alabama.
No one said we didn't love them. We just said that.
All right. Hey, coming up in the 11 o'clock hour, we will have Agree to Disagree. We for sure are going to do that. And here's a question that happens in the 11 o'clock hour. Are we so over sequels, or is it just a new wave of just nostalgia when it comes to movies? That'll be at around 11:30. So we'll do it all at next. Gee Ursula.
The Seahawks are back.
Being in front of the 12s is going to be a lot of fun.
It may be just the first preseason game, but haven't you missed this? Seahawks, Raiders, kickoff tonight at 7. The pregame show starts at 5.
There's so much to get out of these games. There's a lot of position battles that you want to see.
On the place where the 12s hear the Hawks. KIRO News Radio on 97.3 FM.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With the Capital One Venture X card, you earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy. Plus, you get premium benefits at a collection of luxury hotels when you book on Capital One Travel. And with Venture X, you get access to over 1,000 airport lounges worldwide. Open up a world of travel possibilities with the Capital One Venture X card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Let's go!
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Viking, dedicated to creating travel experiences for the thinking person, with programs designed for cultural enrichment on board and on shore. Discover more at Viking.com.
Paul's new drone startup just lost its most genius computer scientist.
We just lost our best genius to some new genius who's got a genius new idea. I'm going to have to find a new genius, or two half geniuses, and fast.
He needs a computer scientist that can keep his startup from falling down.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job on Indeed, it's easier for talented candidates to find it, which makes it easier for you to hire them. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
If you've been in an auto accident, you have the right to take your vehicle to any repair facility. Accurate Auto Body has been family owned and operated since 1994, and they work for you, not your insurance company. Your insurance company may not love them, but you will, because
We meet by accident, fixing every last bit. Accurate Auto Body.
Do you need glasses or contacts and you're now at the age where you also need readers? K2 Vision RLE is the permanent solution to eliminate the need for all those. Hey, it's Doctors King and Kopstein from K2 Vision. Andy, for those nearing age 50 or so, refractive lens exchange can be a great alternative to LASIK.
That's right, Joe. K2 Vision RLE is a terrific permanent solution for a lifetime of great vision. The older we get, we experience the dysfunction of our natural lens, which affects both distance vision and requires the use of reading glasses. Plus, after K2 Vision RLE, you will never develop a cataract.
And like LASIK, K2 Vision RLE is quick and painless. The question is, which procedure is right for you?
After replacing more than 100,000 failing lenses, we have the experience to tell you if it's your right time for RLE.
Schedule your free Zoom consultation with us about K2 Vision RLE to get your eyes seeing young again, permanently.
Go to K2VisionRLE.com, K2VisionRLE.com.
KIRO FM and HD1 Tacoma, Seattle.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by O'Reilly Auto Parts.
I'm Cammie McCormick. A senior FBI official who served as acting director in the first weeks of the Trump administration has been forced out. Jake Rosen reports Brian Driscoll is one of possibly 3 exits from the Bureau.
Driscoll, importantly, was the FBI agent, obviously at the top of that organization for a very short period of time, who slowed down and tried to stop the Trump administration's move to gather information on the agents who worked on the Trump investigations and also January 6th. That is hundreds of agents.
The acting director in charge of the Washington field office has also been fired. In the Texas redistricting battle, Senator John Cornyn says he's now gotten the FBI involved in bringing back Democratic lawmakers. Chris Fox has that.
Cornyn out with a statement saying FBI Director Kash Patel approved his request for the Bureau to assist Texas law enforcement in locating the Democratic State House members who have fled the state.
Urging the FBI to investigate potential criminal acts and hold these supposed legislators accountable for fleeing Texas.
It's not exactly clear what the FBI can do and what federal laws have been broken by the Democrats.
Russian President Vladimir Putin says he hopes to meet next week with President Trump, possibly in the United Arab Emirates. The White House is indicating that may depend on Putin also meeting with Ukraine's president. CBS's Natalie Brand.
The White House had given Russia until Friday to make a ceasefire deal with Ukraine. The Kremlin overnight said plans are in the works for a meeting between President Trump and Russian President Vladimir Putin.
There's a good chance that there will be a meeting very soon.
The White House has said President Trump is open to a meeting with both Russia and Ukraine's leaders.
In Israel, the security cabinet's weighing a possible expansion of the war. Prime Minister Netanyahu said on Fox today Israel would take control of Gaza.
We intend to, in order to assure our security, remove Hamas there, enable the population to be free of Gaza, and to pass it to civilian governance.
3 children injured in the fighting in Gaza have arrived in the U.S. for medical care, as Michael Wallace reports.
The kids will be treated in San Francisco. The 14-year-old suffered severe burns in a bombing. The others, ages 6 and 8, have serious leg injuries. Tala Bakar is with the group Heal Palestine, which helped get the children to the U.S.
The number of children in Gaza that currently need significant medical care is in the tens of thousands.
Bay Area doctor Mohammed Subeh met the 3 injured kids while he was volunteering in Gaza.
Our goal really is to provide them with the best care we can to give them, the best opportunity at healing.
On Wall Street at this hour, stocks are lower. The Dow is off 315 points. This is CBS News.
Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Across the board in our region, some surprising primary results. We'll have the breakdown in just a moment. But first, KIRO Newsradio traffic. We are looking so much better, except for in the downtown core, which is very heavy getting in and out of Seattle. Federal Way to Seattle has clicked up to 47 minutes, and Linwood to Seattle is 59 minutes at this point. It should be a lot less than that, but we're looking right now at a collision on southbound I-5 at Dearborn Street. It's blocking all lanes. This has just gotten in a couple of minutes ago. Traffic is getting by on the shoulder. The State Patrol and Incident Response Team is on the scene, so hopefully they'll get that under control, but I see that it is creating quite a long backup at this point. Also, I-5 southbound at South Forest Street, there's an incident blocking the right lane. And so that is a really tough southbound drive for you. Again, Linwood to Seattle, 57 minutes. Renton to Bellevue on 405 northbound is looking a lot better than it was earlier this morning, 26 minutes. Bothell to Bellevue, 33 minutes. And Bellevue to Renton, 22 minutes. This report brought to you by KIRO Newsradio.
KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good morning, I'm Jillian Raftery. A man is dead and a woman is injured after a shooting inside a Tacoma emergency room. Police say the 2 were targeted and they are still searching for the shooter.
The uncle of the female victim tells KIRO 7 TV her boyfriend, who was killed in the shooting, saved her life.
Her boyfriend, I guess, pushed her out of the way, and so she just watched him get shot pretty bad.
It happened just after 7 Wednesday night. Police say a fight outside Tacoma's multi-care Allen Moore Hospital spilled into the ER where the suspect opened fire. A bullet grazed the 21-year-old woman. No arrests so far. Luke Ducey, KIRO News Radio.
2 water main breaks on Mercer Island forced the closure of East Mercer Wynyard Clark Beach Park. The first hit Tuesday night, followed by a second on Wednesday morning. Dennis Brock tells KIRO 7 TV his home was affected, so he melted ice water to brush his teeth.
We couldn't do everything that we wanted to do, but we improvised. That's what you have to do. And thank goodness we didn't have to improvise very long.
No timeline yet on the full repair. In all of the major primaries across the region, we saw progressive far-left candidates win, sometimes by big margins. Democratic strategist Kathy Allen tells us that has a lot to do with voter turnout, which was low at about 20%.
Right now, if we were just to take a look at the people who have voted, they are all over 55 now. It's like the boomers, the lefty boomers are voting.
Normally, older voters vote more conservatively. Not this year, though. We'll have much more on mynorthwest.com. Weather brought to you by State Roofing and Exteriors. It is going to heat up to about 70 degrees, but we'll have a nicer weekend on tap for you. Rain is tapering off, and it's going to be rain-free tomorrow. It is 60 degrees in downtown Seattle. I'm Jillian Raftery for KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with the KIRO Newsradio App. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
This is the Gee and Ursula Show with G. Scott and Ursula Reutin.
It's the Gee and Ursula Show. Happy Thursday, August 7th. And by the way, you know I can only do this. This is the last hour of radio of Ursula in her 50s. Good morning, Ursula.
Good morning, and I'm going to make this one count. Okay, hey, coming up at 11:30, we do agree to disagree. And I also want to just say, and I know it's been kind of, I don't want to say overdone because I appreciate every single thing that people have been sending in on our text line and on YouTube. And so I so appreciate you treating me like a queen, G. So I thank you. Thank you. And I want everybody to know that I'm enjoying your messages. So, first of all, 888.
You know what I learned? You know what I think we, not just myself, I think all of us have learned. Why do we make such a big deal, more of a big deal when someone passes away than when we celebrate another year of life?
It is so true.
We will do this and all week and all month and all year and then when it comes to turning another year, we're like, oh, that's no big deal. So I apologize. I know I've made some of this nauseating and some of you guys have turned it off, but.
No, just Roger and UP. He's going to come back, though.
He's still mad.
I know. Okay, 888-973-5476, 888-973, KIRO.
Top stories at 11.
On the Gee and Ursula Show.
Okay, have you seen this story? A Snohomish County man is lucky to be alive today. He had a terrifying brush with this rare flesh-eating disease that nearly killed him twice. His name is Ted Nyland. He is a local musician, and he was celebrating his 46th wedding anniversary when he said he felt something that it felt like a spider bite, but within 7 hours he was in cardiac arrest.
Oh.
Yeah. So doctors at Providence Swedish diagnosed him with necrotizing fasciitis. It is rare, but it is life-threatening. It's a bacterial infection that spreads rapidly through the tissue and your bloodstream. And this fasciitis, necrotizing fasciitis, attacked his lower body. It shut down his kidneys, damaged nearly every major organ. And KIRO 7 TV spoke with his wife, Sally. She says if they had waited just 30 more minutes, he wouldn't have survived.
Active, healthy, performing musician, and 7 hours later he was unconscious. But if you have those symptoms of feeling like you have a spider bite and then your leg starts to swell, don't wait. If we would have waited another half an hour, I'm told that he would not be here.
So he has gone through multiple surgeries. He has had much of the tissue from his left thigh removed, and he's now beginning this long, difficult recovery. Friends have launched a GoFundMe. These are the types of stories. You talk about fear. I don't have fear of AI so much as I have fear of something like this. I mean, especially when, like, just even yesterday, I felt like, oh my gosh, there's a bump, and right now it's spider season. I'm like, did I just get bitten by a spider? I have this irrational fear of spiders. And this is a bacterial infection, by the way, but it felt like a spider bite.
Okay. I feel like we should have had this discussion off the air because I'm not real comfortable having it in front of everybody because I think I might say the wrong things. Well, first, let me just say this. I don't know or recognize which spiders are good and or bad. Like, I don't know offhand. That's number one.
Okay, you and me both.
Okay.
So for me, all spiders are bad.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I feel safe. Okay, that's number one.
Okay.
I think all spiders are bad. Number two, here's where I am in life. If I see a spider in my house, I don't feel like I did when I was younger. When I was younger, I killed everything.
Okay, who takes care of the spider in your house? Are you getting it?
I think Lillian. I don't know.
Oh, I know exactly who's getting it.
Yeah.
But my husband.
But here's where I'm at, and I want to know if you go through this. I don't want to kill you, little buddy. I really don't. However, I don't want you to just survive and live in my crib. And I don't want to grab you or get a little cup or something. So I want to let you be, but if I let you be, little buddy, can you promise to just chill?
Stay away.
Stay away.
No, they cannot make that promise, which is why.
So I'd rather not kill you.
Unfortunately, ours go down the toilet. I will say, if they manage to make their way in the house. I mean, they make beautiful webs, etc.
Wait, how come you don't put them outside? Why do you put them in the toilet? You kill it, buddy.
Yes. Okay. But can I just, I want to point out again, it's what we're talking about here, and we've moved into spiders, but this is often mistaken. So this particular thing, this flesh-eating disease, is often mistaken for a bug bite or a sore muscle, but the pain is usually severe and it gets worse very quickly. So the symptoms would include swelling, redness, fever, vomiting, extreme pain, and the bottom line on this, before we continue on our spider thing, the bottom line on this is that the hours can make a difference. You need to get help right away. So if you've got some of those symptoms and you're like, okay, I don't see a spider bite, so maybe it is something else going on, and it could be this. I mean, it's very rare, and unfortunately, necrotizing fasciitis is not a reportable disease according to Snohomish County Public Health, so they don't really know the true number of cases. It's rare. But in any case, of course, I just went straight to the whole spider thing.
Well, I want all spiders in my house to know I ain't got nothing against you. You know what I mean? Some of my best friends are spiders. You know what I mean? Yeah. I don't have anything against
Stop
you.
it.
I just don't want to see you.
Yeah.
And sometimes I feel like that's how people are when it comes to the unhoused situation and the homelessness crisis.
Oh,
it's like spiders. That some people are that way. They're like, I don't care as long as I don't see you. And that's how I am with spiders, but I'm not like that with unhoused. But anyway, I'm like that with spiders. I just don't want to see you.
Okay. V in the 206 says, I don't mind spiders living in the house, but if I see you, you do have to die. Those are the rules, and they should all know it by now.
Right.
G, just reminding everybody, G hasn't had a lot of sleep.
We just started the show with a PSA to spiders.
Yeah, spiders, you know better. Oh, my gosh. Okay.
But cats take care of spiders, though, I think.
Let's talk about some other thing. Because in Pierce County now, so I talked about Snohomish County. So now in Pierce County, they're investigating what could be the first ever locally acquired case of malaria in our state. Again, rare. This patient, though, is a woman in East Pierce County who has not traveled recently, and that's what makes this case unusual. She was diagnosed and is now undergoing treatment and being monitored, but the Tacoma Pierce County Health Department says the risk to the public is very low, but because they're trying to be especially cautious, they're working with the CDC and the State Department of Health to figure out exactly how she got sick. And one of the most likely scenarios is that, okay, here it comes, another one, a mosquito bit someone who had malaria after international travel and then passed the parasite to her. So health officials are now setting mosquito traps and running tests, but the good news is, here's the good news. Because, I always like to look for the good news. Mosquito populations are already on a downward trend in Pierce County this time of year. Again, malaria being very rare. 2,500 annual cases, usually tied to international travel.
I heard about this story, and that's really scary. I hope they recover and are okay, because that's something. And talk about Ursula being unlucky. Yeah. Like you didn't leave the country, a mosquito bites you, and that mosquito probably bit somebody else that had had the malaria, and that's what happened. But I want.
Are you of the type that, because my ex-brother-in-law was convinced that mosquitoes somehow gravitated to him.
I was about to bring this up. I think that some of us have a certain type of juicy. Wait, some of us have a juiciness to us that attracts mosquitoes more than others. For some reason, mosquitoes, they don't like me. I had a mosquito the other day say, "Gee, you can keep going. I don't like the way you taste." But there's some mosquitoes that are attracted. Now, Ursula, do mosquitoes?
Okay, hold it, because I had to use the Google machine, and it's inconclusive in terms of evidence for whether mosquitoes have a preference for certain blood types.
Well, I was going to say maybe it has to do with scent, because there has been research done on certain scents not being attractive to mosquitoes.
That up,
and the two of you always are smelling good, and you guys always have some scents.
But you said they don't like you.
They don't like me.
So they don't like your fragrance, but they tend to. Yeah, they tend to bite me. Like if there's going to be a mosquito problem, it's going to be me that's itching, but not as much as my former brother-in-law.
Can you do the research on it?
They dislike lavender, peppermint, and lemon mostly. They also don't like tea tree oil, rosemary.
Okay, that's why they use a lot of those in the mosquito repellents. They like flowery scents. Again, that would be why they'd gravitate toward me.
Hey, Nick, do the mosquitoes like your juice?
Yeah, I think so. I was just thinking, mosquitoes, it's like wine. Some of the mosquitoes like rosé and the others like the Cabernet Sauvignon. It depends what kind of blood you got.
You're like, me personally, I'm a Pinot Noir, but I don't know.
Sweeter side.
Okay, that's where we went with those two stories. But just know that in both cases, both malaria and that necrotizing fasciitis, they're extremely rare. But if you want to help out with in all seriousness, if you want to help out with the GoFundMe for that family, I mean, that guy's been through what and back.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, Dennis in Seattle had texted in and said that they wanted to have more fun on the show. And I thought that today, since I'm tired and it's also, Ursula, your last day of working in your 50s, that we should have more fun. And so our good friend Sophia compiled a whole big list, 2 pages of text messages that came from you all out here giving Ursula birthday advice. As you all know, Ursula's turning 60 tomorrow, and so a lot of my brothers and sisters in their 60s are giving Ursula advice. I'll start off with Pamela in Black Diamond. Pamela says, "The 60s are amazing. The side effects, on the other hand, leave a great deal to be desired."
I got a little taste of that in my 50s after something happened.
Bobo in West Seattle says, "Ursula, happy 60th. Advice? Always pack extra undies on trips and never listen to G." That was good. Janet in Kent says, 60 is the new 30, but you can't get pregnant.
I love that.
That was pretty funny. I should have proofread some of these. That was funny. 360 says, "Ursula, do the brave thing, whatever that is for you. Go back to school, run for office, be a vintage fashion model, get your first tattoo. Being a woman over 60 is very freeing time in life."
I love that. Thank you.
Yeah. Isabella in a 253 says, "Happiest birthday. My radio friend, 72 years old here, and my advice is to keep moving, keep looking for magic in life, keep looking for the next friendship, keep loving life. Love you, and wish you the best birthday ever." And then there's Peggy and Glenn says, "Ursula, after listening to you for decades," I don't like 5, how many decades?
I'm going on my 4th, so almost 4.
Wow. "After listening to you for nearly 4 decades, I can say with certainty that you have sown the seeds and grown the plants in your life. You are a faithful wife, mother, professional, and friend. Now live the life that you have made. You have earned it. Now live it to the fullest. And I hope that you get to experience the joy of grandchildren. They are the best." 425 says, "Don't put off retirement.
Wait, is that a wishful thinking on their part?
It could be.
Yes.
Larry in the 206 says, keep a sense of humor as you age and walk hand in hand with the aging process. Don't let it drag you there. California says, Ursula, the obvious advice is forget 60s versus 50s. It's just a number and doesn't define you, so just stay you. And then the last one, no, it's two more I got to read. It's two more. Joel in Big Lake says, Ursula, for over the 15 years that I've been listening to KIRO, you have always been a constant source of integrity, knowledge, and just general kindness. You have always been the one that we can turn to be non-biased opinion on everything. When it comes to the news, you are the calm in the storm. You have a motherly quality about you that comes through the radio that puts many of us at ease when we hear you. I thank you for being the one that I can always turn to, whether it be in the morning or the afternoon, and to hear your voice during my day. Even though we've never met, I consider you a friend, and maybe one day I will get to meet you in person. Happy 60th birthday and many, many more.
I hope so. I hope I get to. That is one of my greatest joys, is actually getting a chance to meet our listeners in person. Mm-hmm. And some of our listeners have become really good friends.
Right.
Over the years.
Yes, they have. Yes, they have.
And I was going to mention that I went and watched Kalimba. Remember I told you there was going to be an Earth, Wind, and Fire cover band last night?
Yeah.
And I was bummed because I forgot to mention it again yesterday. And so there were some Gee and Ursula Show listeners there, and I forgot to mention that we should try to meet up.
Man.
Yeah, it was really cool. Yeah, we really had a great time. Wonderful thing that they do at U Village. And they do it in Mill Creek. They do it in all these different communities where you have these live free bands, and I love that.
Right.
But I just want to say, first of all,
I got one more.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
Let me get to one more. Carol from Lake Stevens. Ursula, I was kind of freaked out when I turned 60. I'm 67 now, and I view every year as a gift, but when I turned 60, I hadn't gotten over being pushed out of my job at 57. They hired 2 younger people to replace me at a much cheaper salary, and I had 35 years of experience. It plays with your mind. Now I have definitely moved on and embraced my retirement and my age. You are going to do the same in your 60s. You'll feel freer and more of an ability to be yourself. You will find that those that don't make you feel good about yourself, you just move them out of your life. You also don't spend your days trying to please others. I have tried to not remember how middle school made me feel like an outsider. It still lives with me and comes back to me. You won't do that. You seem to be such a strong person that your 60s are going to be your strongest decade ever, and you look amazing.
Okay, first of all, I just want to say thank you again for all of you who have texted in, not just today, but every day. Those of you who tune in every day. This is a gift. This is the biggest gift. And what did I tell you during the break? I said to read these beautiful things that you all are saying is the best gift that I could ever want. I mean, I hope that I have many more decades to come, but each day is precious, and each day spent with all of you is truly a gift.
Right.
So thank you.
You got it. Let's see here. Did I miss
Agree
anybody?
to disagree.
No,
there's a bunch on the text line right now. I'm going to make sure that I spend some time reading every single one of them. Even those of you who are like, I'm not going to listen to you anymore. This is your last day of having me. That's totally fine.
Janet in the 206 says, hey, Ursula, you need to learn to expect the unexpected.
I love that.
Such as farts that really aren't farts. The only advice I can offer is to stay away from meatballs. Janet. Coming up next.
You wrote that. That's G.
No, I didn't. No, Janet wrote that. That's right there. Agree to disagree comes up next. This hour is brought to you by DUI Heroes.
The Jake and Spike Show.
Weekdays, noon to 3.
Seattle is the nation's most male-skewed major city. There's more men in Seattle. They say in the article here, they said the most masculine city, but I absolutely disagree with that.
Have you seen the men in this town?
Exactly.
Please.
It's
not like it's 80-20.
No,
that's when it's hard to meet a lady.
That's true.
When there's 4 guys for every girl. That's when it's here come the bride's time.
The Jake and Spike Show.
Weekdays, noon to 3.
On KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM.
Do you get sinus infections, congestion, sinus pressure and pain, sinus headaches? You've gone to the doctor. You visit urgent care over and over again. And it's always the same thing, right? Oh, I know. Let's try antibiotics and some nasal sprays. But they just keep coming back. You may suffer with chronic sinus infections. The good news? Relief is possible. How? A minimally invasive procedure called the Sinusoft procedure, available only at the Modern Nose Clinic. Imagine a procedure so delicate there are no narcotics. Less cutting means less bleeding, so no packing, and no operating room. The Sinusoft procedure is designed for the clinic. If you suffer with chronic sinus infections, facial pain, pressure, and congestion, find out if the Sinusoft procedure, available only at the Modern Nose Clinic, is the solution for you. Call and set an appointment today. 206-388-2770. 206-388-2770. That's 206-388-2770.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation and a regular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduce stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. Stroke risk may increase. Eliquis can cause serious and potentially fatal bleeding. Don't take if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or bleed longer. A spinal injection increases blood clot risk, which may cause paralysis. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding or bruising, or back pain, tingling, numbness, muscle weakness, or incontinence. Aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
Looking for high-quality assisted living that won't drain your life savings? At Care Partners Living, we offer compassionate care at a price that helps stretch and preserve your estate. No unnecessary luxury, just the support you need with dignity and heart. And if you ever need to convert to Medicaid, you don't have to move. With communities across Washington and Arizona, including new locations in Port Orchard, Sumner, Mercer Island, and North Creek Bothell, there's a Care Partners community near you. Care Partners Living, compassionate care and peace of mind. Visit carepartnersliving.com.
Hartley Wilcox here from Wilcox Family Farms. I've really enjoyed meeting so many of you at our recent egg demo events. I'm often asked, are omega-3 eggs really better for you? They sure are. Omega-3 eggs are an incredible source of natural omega-3s, providing on average 3 times that of other eggs. Eating omega-3 eggs promotes strong bones and joints and is proven to reduce cholesterol and blood pressure. Choose Wilcox Family Farms eggs today. Locally fresh since 1909.
I just saw 2 houses for sale. Same neighborhood, almost identical, but one had an Orchard sign and it sold for way more. So I asked my friends at Orchard, why? The first house used a traditional agent. After weeks of price drops and frustration, they settled for less than they'd hoped for. The second homeowner chose Orchard and got more. Their local Orchard agent didn't just list a home, they marketed it. They knew exactly which upgrades would attract serious buyers and brought in a pro to handle everything. And even more, with Orchard's Move First, Sell Later program, the homeowner moved into their new home before their old one even hit the market. They skipped all the hassles and showings. Never settle for less. Get more with Orchard, the smarter, faster, hassle-free way to buy your new home, even before your old home sells. Start with Orchard's free home valuation at Orchard.com. That's Orchard.com. Orchard.com.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health Seattle will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit revivemenshealth.com.
Saturday, August 23rd, enjoy the 30th birthday bash for University Place at Cirque Park, 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. Bands all day, over 50 vendors, beer garden, and family zone. Don't miss it August 23rd. Special thanks to UP Refuse and Recycling.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon, I'm Jillian Raftery. The FBI may now get involved in a political fight in Texas. Democratic lawmakers left the state days ago, preventing a quorum from being present at a special session called by Governor Greg Abbott, meaning they can't vote. That session, originally for flood relief, has turned into an effort to redraw congressional districts in order to favor as many as 5 more GOP members being elected to Congress. Here's GOP State Texas Representative Cole Hefner.
A minority they're not allowed to impede the business of the people. There's a reason that in our rules and in the Constitution that they can be compelled to make quorum. This isn't a tool that's in the toolbox for them to fight policy.
The governor of Texas has called for the fleeing Democrats' civil arrest, and Senator John Cornyn says he's been assured the FBI will help find them. Today, 6 soldiers are being honored for subduing a man accused of opening fire at Fort Stewart in Georgia and saving the people he shot, including First Sergeant Joshua Taylor.
Of course, friends were shot, bad things happened, and I'm going to continue to take care of my soldiers, and I'm going to continue to move forward.
All victims are expected to survive. There was a wild multiple vehicle crash and chase again on the streets of Tacoma yesterday. KIRO News Radio's James Lynch has details.
Tacoma police say it all started when a man on a stolen motorcycle crashed into a vehicle at South 56th Street and Tacoma Mall Boulevard. The rider fled, and the motorist gave chase and pulled a gun during the pursuit. Both rider and driver then crashed into another car and kept going, and that driver joined the chase and gave updates to 911. Officers eventually caught up, and the rider and the driver who pulled the gun were arrested. Fortunately, no one was injured. James Lynch, KIRO News Radio.
The Tacoma Pierce County Health Department is investigating what could be Washington's first locally acquired case of malaria. A woman in East Pierce County who has not traveled recently was diagnosed over the weekend and is now receiving treatment. Officials believe a mosquito may have transmitted the disease from another person who recently traveled. The health department says the public risk is very low. Now let's go right to KIRO News Radio traffic. We have been dealing with a major issue on I-5 southbound near downtown Seattle at South Dearborn Street. All lanes are still blocked after it looks like a truck is blocking most of those lanes. The State Patrol is getting people by on the shoulder, but it's very slow. Linwood to Seattle at this point is 1 hour and 5 minutes now. We're very lucky this isn't happening later in the commute. It looks like first responders are there trying to clear that scene. Meanwhile, Federal Way to Seattle is 42 minutes. That is also heavier than normal for this time of day. Renton to Bellevue on 405, 26 minutes. Bothell to Bellevue, 34 minutes. Bellevue to Renton, 24 minutes. And let's check Seattle to Tacoma. That is sitting very good at 46 minutes. This report brought to you by KIRO News Radio. Weather brought to you by State Roofing and Exteriors. Pretty soggy this morning, but we are clearing out now to partly cloudy tomorrow. High today of 70, tomorrow 73. Overnight lows in the mid-50s. Saturday is going to be 76 and cloudy. It is 60 degrees in downtown Seattle. I'm Jillian Raftery with KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
Welcome back to the Gee and Ursula Show. And just one of the things I love about this show is how connected we all are. I just got a message from Jess in Utah. And Jess is in Salt Lake City, but says, always loyal to the Gee and Ursula Show. I love that people take us along even when they move out of here. That's just the biggest compliment. So thank you.
I just had a partner move to Salt Lake City.
That's a beautiful city, by the way.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, it is time for us to agree to disagree, brought to you by Guardian Roofing and Gutters.
One of these days, we just got to take off the gloves. Just really go at it.
All right, so it's expected for an organized person to put their plans on a calendar. I know G likes to put some stuff out on a calendar, but when is planning your life going too far? Wall Street Journal recently interviewed a series of Google Calendar super users, mostly college students that are so obsessed with planning out every minute of their life that on their digital calendar they list everything from dentist appointments to dinners to even romantic escapades. For some, this hyper-scheduling is a way to stay sane. Yeah, I said it, we had to come up with a way to say that. For some, this hyper-scheduling is a way to stay sane. They say it keeps their brains from being overloaded with to-dos, but others say this is just plain crazy, that over-planning your life eliminates any sort of spontaneity. So my question is, do you think there's such a thing as being an over-planner? G?
Nope. Not at all. Because if you are someone like me who constantly goes downstairs, and as soon as I go downstairs in my house, I forget what I was going downstairs for. Or you go inside of your refrigerator and you open it and you forget what you were looking for. So go ahead, plan your life. And for all you young folks that want to make fun of us folks getting older, keep living.
I don't even think it's just people getting older. I think that there are people who really thrive on having that much structure.
Yeah.
But I would be a little concerned if, as Sophia had stated, that they're even putting down on the calendar
when
they're going to have the cuddle time, when it's so regimented that when do you have time to just be? We were talking about our kids and how overstructured they are and how sometimes it's okay to be bored. It's okay to not have every single minute of your day planned out. I think that I used to be too loosey-goosey with my schedule and try to rely on my brain alone to remember when I say yes to getting together with somebody.
Yeah.
And what's so embarrassing is when all of a sudden it's like, oh, are we still on for today? And you're like, whoa, wait a minute. I double booked. That's horrible. And so I have gotten a lot better. And I think with all our technology today, it is so much better and easier to be organized and to schedule your day. But when you're doing minute by minute and then getting really freaked out because now you're 10 minutes behind and at 7:20 you said you were going to have cuddle time, I think that's when it gets a little bit too much.
Now, I would say this. Some of us, and I'm us, love structure. I love for things to be planned out.
Yes.
Because I feel like I am taking advantage of all the time, right? So if you are someone that likes an itinerary on vacation, some might say, I don't like that, just want to be. Some might say, well, you spent all this money to go on vacation, to go out of town, to sit in a hotel room and eat McDonald's? You could have.
You know what your body's telling you if you're doing that? You're too scheduled for the rest of your life.
You could have did that here. You could have stayed here and went to McDonald's and sat in your room. So I like structure. I feel like I'm accomplishing something. I feel productive. Like I'm already looking forward to Sunday around 6, 7 o'clock in the morning when I wake up in my coffee with nothing to do. I can't wait.
I don't know. But what about the moments of spontaneity where something comes up that it's like, oh, I could do that instead? Or do you rarely change your plan?
You going to read Jenna in Olympia?
Hang on. How about you do it? Because for once, I don't have my computer open. Oh, wait, here. Scheduling cuddle time is actually a recommended strategy for some couples to improve their sex life. You know, funny enough, Jenna, when I was saying that, I thought for a second, I thought about that, and maybe that would actually improve some people's sex lives.
Big facts.
If they actually put it on the
Big
calendar.
Facts. Throw the calendar.
Note.
Ooh.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know. I mean, that's a sweeping
But
statement.
somebody will mess that up. They come in the house. You know what time it is. Okay.
Oh, gosh. Oh,
Go ahead, Sophia.
I take it back.
Could work for some, but not all. Okay, so moving on to something that Seattle's in the news again, and not necessarily for the most exciting thing. The Space Needle, a new study analyzed over 155,000 TripAdvisor reviews of different landmarks in the United States. And people are saying that the Space Needle is the biggest tourist trap in the United States of America. Basically saying the visitors are calling it overpriced, overrated, and comparing different buildings across the country, all the numbers gave the Space Needle the lowest amount of reviews with phrases like, it's not worth it, it's too expensive, giant waste of time. So what do we think? Do we agree? Is the Seattle a tourist trap?
Ursula?
Space Needle? We're both pointing at each other.
I don't want to answer that one.
I think this, okay, first of all, I think the Space Needle is really cool. And what's the first thing that you think of when you say Seattle and you think of, what's the image that comes to your head? I know I'm setting this up for people to
don't, because they're gonna go third.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, don't do Third and Pike. Okay, but are you thinking Space Needle still, or are you thinking Pike Place Market?
Pike Place Market.
Really?
Yes.
Because the image that still comes up in my head is Space Needle.
I
was just at the market 2 days ago.
Listen,
I love the market.
So check this out. I told you guys how much it cost to go park the other day.
Oh, yeah. And I found...
Y'all know how much it costs to go up in the Space Needle. Just so you need a reminder.
Yes.
That's $45. Big ones. $45 to go up to the Space Needle.
Yeah, but compared to so many,
whatever
attractions.
What else came up, though? Wait a minute.
Some things I've never even heard of. There's Busch Gardens in Tampa, Florida is number 2. Colonel Williamsburg in Williamsburg, Virginia is 3. Graceland in Tennessee is number 4.
Voodoo Donuts in Portland came up in another USA Today.
But that's different because that's maybe Voodoo some people might find overrated, but to say that the Space Needle is one of the biggest tourist traps in the United States, that's kind of a big one.
Well, okay. All right. Well, text in right now. Text in 888-973-5476. Is the Space Needle the first place that you think to take your guests when they come to Seattle?
Oh, hey, no. That's not the first place I take
because you have to pay for it.
What I think of.
That's why.
Exactly.
That's true.
No, I will take them to the market all the time, anytime.
And by the way, if you do bring them to the Space Needle, do you feel obligated to pay? Because you kind of do.
Okay, when was the last time you went to the Space Needle?
I was just there.
Okay, you had an event.
I was just there in May.
You had an event.
I was just there in May.
Yeah, okay. I love the Space Needle, but it's been a few years, and maybe there's something to this poll.
Nick, when last time you been to Space Needle, bro?
It's been a couple years, yeah. But if you think you're going to get a whole day out of the Space Needle, I think you're going to be a little disappointed. That's what I think they mean by, the trap. You're going to get way more time out of the market than the Needle.
But once you're at the Needle, there's so much to do in that area.
This is true.
So I think,
there are restaurants. You can go to a concert, a game.
You might take guests to the Pike Place Market first, but when you think of Seattle, you visualize the Space Needle. That's what they want on the postcard that they take home.
I agree. Okay, what do you think? I'm going to slow it down because someone said I say the numbers too fast. 888-973-5476 is our text line. That is 888-973 KIRO.
All right. We'll do text messages next. Gee Ursula.
At Clear Choice Dental Implant Centers, we get that your teeth, your budget, and your story are all unique to you, which is why our experts who specialize in dental implants will build a custom solution around each patient's needs. With personalized treatment plans and third-party financing options, we'll help you get your new teeth on your terms. Visit clearchoice.com or call 888-SMILE-05 to schedule your free consultation today and let us help Seattle start smiling again.
Office is owned by Dr. Alfonso Pinheiro.
Now is the time to start thinking about kids going back to school. We still have the best of the summer in front of us, and I know they don't start school until September, but wait a minute. Some of y'all start in August. But why wait anyways for the mad rush to get everything done at once? School supplies, school clothes, etc., etc. One of those things that are probably on your list is your kid getting their annual eye exam because, not every kid can sit in the front row. Get them to Urban Eyes out there in the heart of Kirkland Urban and have their eye exam done before the mad rush. Not only does Dr. Dana check their vision to make sure that they are seeing clearly, but her and her team check the overall health of their eyes. Urban Eyes has amazing high-tech equipment and will get you and your family all seeing well. Might as well get the entire family in and get it done. You'll love them, and so will your kids. Go over to Kirkland Urban and Urban Eyes, myurbaneyes.com.
Hey, are aches, injuries, or everyday pain slowing you down? Well, it is time to move better, feel stronger, and get back to doing what you love. IRG Physical and Hand Therapy is now accepting new patients, and no referral is needed. Their expert team offers personalized hands-on care to help you recover faster and stay pain-free longer. Shannon, what is it like to see new patients walk through your doors?
Rock, it's wonderful. You know why? It's because it's an opportunity for us at IRG to make a difference in someone's lives. It's so important that when people come in, they experience engagement, coaching, teaching. We build relationships with our patients, and we want to make it easy. We all know that healthcare has a lot of what I call minutia in it. We have a concierge call center. When you call, we're going to check your authorization, verification, certification, justification. We're going to find out everything we need to know about your insurance, and we're going to make it easy for you because we want you focusing on getting better.
And all you got to do is head over to irgpt.com to find the clinic nearest you, irgpt.com.
An illegal alien from Guatemala charged with raping a child in Massachusetts. An MS-13 gang member from El Salvador accused of murdering a Texas man. A Venezuelan charged with filming and selling child pornography in Michigan. These are just some of the heinous migrant criminals caught because of President Donald J. Trump's leadership. I'm Kristi Noem, the United States Secretary of Homeland Security. Under President Trump, attempted illegal border crossings are at the lowest levels ever recorded, and over 100,000 illegal aliens have been arrested. If you are here illegally, you're next. You will be fined nearly $1,000 a day, imprisoned, and deported. You will never return. But if you register using our CBP Home app and leave now, you could be allowed to return legally. Do what's right. Leave now. Under President Trump, America's laws, border, and families will be protected.
Sponsored by the United States Department of Homeland Security.
Hartley and Brent Wilcox on mobile pasture eggs from Wilcox Family Farms.
Hartley, you work with our mobile pasture barns. Tell us what mobile pasture means.
Well, mobile pasture is using a big tractor to pull the barns to new pasture each week. So the hens have fresh, green, nutritious grass to eat every day.
Why is that important?
Well, hens can get about 35% of their diet from the grass and bugs in the pasture. So before they pick one area clean, we just hook the tractor up and move it to fresh green grass.
And the fresh grass makes for the most amazing colored yolks.
At Wilcox Farms, we have over 500 acres of organic pasture land that ensures we never run out of fresh Northwest grass for our hens.
Always check the carton to make sure it's local.
When you see Wilcox, you know it's local, you know it's fresh.
Wilcox is the only local mobile pasture in the Northwest.
You really have to see videos of how it works.
And you can at wilcoxfarms.com.
Remember, the grass is always greener at Wilcox Farms.
Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. With the price of just about everything going up, we thought we'd bring our prices down. So to help us, we brought in a reverse auctioneer, which is apparently a thing.
Mint Mobile Unlimited Premium Wireless. How to get 30, 30, bet you get 30, bet you get 20, 20, 20, bet you get 20, 20, bet you get 15, 15, 15, 15, just $15 a month. Sold!
Give it a try at mintmobile.com/save.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan equivalent to $15 per month required. New customer offer for first 3 months only. Speed slow after 35 gigabytes if network's busy. Taxes and fees extra. See mintmobile.com.
Americans may not agree on much, but we agree on Social Security. We all pay in. It ought to be there when we need it. Social Security could face a funding gap in less than a decade, and I don't want to see a pay cut. I'm with AARP in the fight to protect the Social Security we earned.
Pledge to protect Social Security at aarp.org/weearnedit. That's aarp.org/weearnedit. Paid for by AARP.
Hey, it's John Curley with Dr. Kopstein from K2 Vision RLE. Doc, I heard that 50% of Americans have their lenses replaced by the time they're 75.
That's exactly right, John. As we near 50, our eye's natural lens starts to become dysfunctional.
If you've now added readers to your need for glasses and contacts, it's a sign the quality and function of your natural lens is fading, and it's a steady decline towards cataracts.
Don't go another 20 plus years with poor vision, hassling with contacts and readers. Do what I did. Choose a quick, painless refractive lens exchange from K2 Vision RLE and start enjoying great vision now.
Our new lens technology is truly amazing. After replacing over 100,000 lenses, we have the experience to guide each patient to their best solution, even if that's recommending you wait a little while before RLE.
K2 Vision RLE can restore distance and near vision permanently, plus never develop a cataract. Read the reviews and schedule a free Zoom consultation now at k2visionrle.com.
Need a new roof now? With State Roofing and Exteriors, you can get started with 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for up to 24 months. That's right. Protect your home now and pay later. Call 866-ROOF-ROOF or visit stateroofing.com today.
It's Gee and Ursula. I got to tell you, I'm so glad to make it through this day, Ursula.
Oh, my gosh. I commend you. Because maybe people don't realize this, but in addition to the job that you do here, you are out in the community so much. Mm-hmm. You have an entirely additional career that would exhaust most people. When I do events and when I'm on stage for hours, I'm exhausted. And how you do that multiple times a week and still show up here. And I'm thankful you show up here.
Today was a day.
And today was a day that I think you felt it.
Yeah. I think that whole early 4:30 wake up got me.
Yeah.
All right, Ursula, what you got for us on the text message?
Okay, well, on that Trader Joe's guy and the lack of mental health resources and how too many people with very severe problems and criminal histories are still back out on the streets. Dave in Snohomish County says, I'm all for helping people, but if people have been committing crimes, they need to be punished for them. We need to change things up so that they get the help in jail, not release them, keep them inside until they're better, but give them the help they need while they're locked up. Only trouble is, Americans don't want to pay for stuff to help other people.
Tara in Mill Creek says, we are pouring money into the homeless, drug, housing epidemic with the root cause being mental health. Where's the money going? Where's the accountability? I guess the money is going to settle lawsuits. The spigot is open now.
And Sue on Cedar River says that there is the core of the problem. We absolutely need to demand mental health care for people, and he needs to go to a facility, maybe even forever.
On getting your kids offline, 253 says, I think it's important to let your kids get bored. That boredom will stir creativity, will get them doing things they wouldn't have normally thought to do. Now Ursula, okay, I agree. It's okay to let your kids be bored, but not too bored.
To the point where they get in trouble.
Yeah.
But my niece and goddaughter Alicia, who listens to the show, she's now actually in Seattle, but usually listens from Germany. She also said it's important to learn how to be bored. And I agree with that only in that it's important to be able to have your own thoughts and have time to think and not have everything, again, scheduled out, everything related to your computer, always going, doing. It's okay to let your mind wander on occasion without getting in trouble. 206 says, they're being coddled. As a second grade teacher, I see kids who cannot solve minor problems without help.
Ooh. Rhiannon in Green Lake says, I have a 10-year-old who I've just started letting walk the 3 blocks of school on his own, and he's now allowed to go walk in the neighborhood within a few blocks radius if he's back by a certain time. I have noticed a major increase in his confidence, self-esteem, and more desire to want to be outside and be independent and not be on his Nintendo.
Nice. Okay, on the Would You Rather, which was especially fun today, make sure you check it out at 9:45 if you missed it today and want to go on our podcast. Robin Puyallup wants to turn the tables. He wants to ask you, the hotel was easy. Gee, if you are going to use a tent, would you rather sleep in a tent with your significant other or share a bunk room in an Airbnb with your friends?
First of all, Rob, I love this. I love turning Would You Rather on me. Easy. Sleep in share a bunk room in an Airbnb with my friends.
No, but you remember that scenario, right? With the bunk beds?
I do.
Yeah.
I do. And I'm telling you, I would rather sleep on...
Did you just hear his answer?
I would rather sleep on bunk beds than to sleep in a tent. Y'all know me.
And it doesn't matter with significant other, whatever. It has nothing to do with that.
No.
You're,
I don't want that. That Ted, we could get booed
you need
up.
your creature comforts.
We could get booed up on the bunk.
But it said with your friends.
We're late.
Yes, we are late. Yes. And Brian, I'm going to have to find your words to live by for me because I saw it and I loved it. But I'm going to quote another one from Buddha, which is, not everyone is going to understand your journey, and that's okay. You are here to live your life, not to make everyone else understand.
Good stuff. Brother Nick.
Well, we're just hours from a brand new chapter taking turn as our fellow patron finds a different age she has to learn. And of all the tips and good advice folks gave for this new class, we'll just send her off with better wishes for her birthday bash. And spiders and mosquitoes can send the wishes Ursula's way, just as long as they don't bite and leave a mark that seem to stay. And we all know mosquitoes lean towards Ursula more than G, so just watch out.
They do.
That was my chance, Nick. I didn't get it.
Oh.
I should have gotten this song. Thanks, Ursula. Happy birthday.
Thank you. Appreciate all of you.
When you all hear Ursula again, she'll be 60. Thank you, Sophia.
Thanks, guys.
I think we're going to have you tomorrow.
You
all right.
will, yeah.
Okay. Nick, thank you.
You too, man.
Appreciate you, brother. The Jake and Spike Show comes in next. We appreciate you for listening. Love you for that. And as always, be kind.
Hope you have as much fun as we have. So long, everybody.
The Seahawks are back.
Being in front of the 12s is going to be a lot of fun.
It may be just the first preseason game, but haven't you missed this? Seahawks, Raiders, kickoff tonight at 7. The pregame show starts at 5.
There's so much to get out of these games. There's a lot of position battles that you want to see.
On the place where the 12s hear the Hawks, KIRO News Radio on 97.3 FM.
Is your car road trip ready? Don't get stranded. Get to Bucky's Complete Auto Repair. Bucky's has been preparing cars, trucks, and SUVs for safe, worry-free travel for over 50 years. We take care of your car with experience and good old-fashioned customer service. For all your oil changes, brakes, AC charging, and factory maintenance, choose Bucky's. No appointment needed, and yes, friendly financing is available. Visit Bucky's.com. Bucky's, where your car feels right at home.
If you've got a gas-powered engine, keep it running like new at every fill-up. Stable in-season protection is your engine's preventative medicine, cleaning and protecting the entire fuel system in season. In outdoor power equipment, prevent gum and varnish buildup that could cause a rough or non-running engine. For cars and trucks, increase fuel efficiency and power by removing deposits, ensuring your engine's long-term health. Stable outperforms the competition in independent lab testing. So at every fill-up, start with Stable.
Progressive knows when you're on your boat, you're already on vacation. And Vacation You forgets all your worries. Vacation You doesn't even keep track of time and knows that time is a meaningless construct designed to control us, man. But Regular You knows you don't want to be too far out in the water after the sun goes down because Vacation You doesn't know how to navigate in the dark yet. Vacation You and Regular You really need to get on the same page. So bundle your boat with your home or auto policy and earn an automatic discount from Progressive. And spend the savings on the both of you. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
And now, tales of another way. You've got your